Hello and welcome back to ESA Summer 21. My name is Sam Without a Plan, and I'm excited to be your host today for Doe's run of Saints Row. We are raising money this week for Save the Children, and of course, links to donate can be found below the stream. We would like to thank Twitch and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. We also had a incentive bid war here for the character creation in Saints Row with Keanu Reeves versus Waluigi, with Waluigi coming on top at 365 donated. So thank you so much for those generous donations. And Joe, let's bring it over to you. Good luck with the run.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, so here is Waluigi. Obviously, it's a perfect recreation. Sadly, there's no Waluigi hat, so I had to give him a purple afro, but I'm sure you'll agree, basically the same
первая
thing.
касцена игры просто замечательная.
But yeah, no, I'm ready to go whenever. The timing will start. There's gonna be an opening cutscene. The timing starts 3 seconds from when I skip the cutscene. So I will give you a countdown.
Нет, скипольная, неважно.
I'm really happy that Waluigi made it.
Итак, игра начинается с того, что нас тут же с первой касцены принимают в банду сейнтсов, святых.
So we are off.
И первое, что мы делаем, это Get Canonized, где, по сути, вам просто бьют в лицо. И таким образом вы становитесь крутым.
And I hope that you like Saints Row. Because if you don't, well, I'm afraid you're in for like 3.5 hours of it. So we're going to start off the run by getting our bottom handed to us. It's faster to lose that opening fight than it is to do it successfully.
Круто.
There is actually a different outcome if you were to fight all the enemies and win, you actually get $1,000 as opposed to 200. But we only need 200 because we're going to buy 2 lots of ammo here. We're going to shoot the store to get a wanted level, and a police car will follow us.
Oh, 69 cop car.
And you will notice during this run, oh my god, did we actually get a 69 cop car straight off the bat? That is ridiculous. Troy, could you get in? Troy, could you get in, please? Okay, that's amazing. So obviously there's 100 permutations of cop car numbers that you can get. And obviously we got the best one straight off the bat. I'm getting owned by traffic. But anyway, as I was saying, the cop car is a car that we get a lot during this run. It's not the fastest car in the game, but it's definitely the fastest readily available car. Every car in this game has a speed rating from 0 to 100. The cop car sits at 85, I believe. So it's pretty damn up there, pretty high up there in terms of overall speed. And we can get it pretty frequently because one, they spawn fairly regularly on the overworld, but also they can be sort of manipulated into existence by robbing a store, because robbing a store gives you 2 wanted stars, and 2 wanted stars is the level of wantedness. It's not really a word, but the level of wantedness that you need to have the police come and chase you. So that was the first mission of the game done. The cool thing I think about this run is that it's only very recently sort of been worked on by myself and another person in the community by the name of Caster TM, who roots a lot of GTA games as well, and is very, very clever. And this game would be nowhere near as fast as it is if it was not for Caster. So I just went into that store and I bought a knife and some grenades, which are going to be very important very shortly. One thing that I should explain about this run is sort of the mission structure in terms of how Saints Row works, because it's not like GTA that you can just go and accept any mission at any point. To accept a mission, you need to have at least one respect. The respect bar is the bar that is up in the top right-hand corner, the purple one, underneath my health and stamina. Did you get in the car, please, miss? Thank you very much. So the way that you gain respect is by doing certain side activities, and during the run we will be doing the activities that are both the quickest and that give the most respect. I'll be sure to call out those activities as they go. I'm going to run over this pimp. and
По-моему,
pick up
на
these ladies.
всех side activity это где-то 8 уровней.
This activity is essentially
Но,
you're
в
meant to
принципе,
be
времени очень много хватает.
taking away territory from other pimps. And it is donezo. So when I was getting the grenade earlier, it is for this strat now, which hopefully I don't mess up. I've gotten it pretty consistently recently. There's a fairly easy lineup, but sometimes the gang member can... Okay, that should be fine. There you go. So we know that he's dead. So usually you're meant to do that mission. You're meant to sort of go into that shop and storm the enemy gang members and kill them all. But we don't actually have to do that. We can just go around the corner and throw a grenade over the fence, which is where the enemy lieutenant was living. Well, not living, but it's where he was.
Патч для двойки выйдет, но
just like that,
проблемами, конечно же.
The stronghold is over. So we're going to park in a specific place here to hopefully teleport these guys into my car. There we go. If they teleport into the car, there is no door opening animation, so that's nice and fast. So along with activities that we use to gain respect, there is also another thing that we can do, which is tagging up enemy turf. And a lot of the route that is involved with this game, a lot of the fun, I suppose, in the route is we are going to be taking the tags that are sort of, optimal to get, as it were.
Volition, да, они нашли старый билд игры, и сейчас они ее фиксят. Но главный разработчик, который в компании уже сколько лет работает, наверное, с ее основания, у него сейчас рак, и он уже сказал, что последние дни свои доживает.
Tip is that I am double tapping Y as I get out of the car, because it gives you a faster car exiting animation. Also, usually, what you'll see a lot during this run is me jumping on top of cars to get in them, because it skips the door animation. We don't do that when we have companions, however, because companions start getting into the car from the moment that you press Y. So if we were to jump on the car and car warp into the vehicle,
машины здесь вообще не нужно заходить.
Обычно,
как это делают обычные люди, нужно просто в нее встать и вы телепортируетесь внутрь.
We got that run over, but we unfortunately did not end him, but we can finish him off with a quick 1-2, and then this guy.
Да, коруды новости уже, конечно, месяц, но на самом деле про нее мало кто знает. Поэтому извините, что приходится приносить вот такие новости.
Very sadly, we have to say goodbye to the 69 cop car, because we need to lose the cops here, and the way that we do that is by
меняем нашу машину на новую.
Shooting that poor man in the face.
Помянем машину с номером 69.
Get in the car. But that effectively loses the cops, obviously. So I'm going to try and get a quick dialogue skip here.
И не получилось.
There's a chance that if you hold handbrake as you enter a mission objective, that it can sort of skip to the next phase without having the dialogue to fully play. Didn't get it that time. Cool. So now you can see that I've got 1 respect, and I'm going to use up that 1 respect. During the early game, the respect is very sort of thin on the ground. Can't think of a better way to put it. Here I'm going to car warp in. That's the car warp. That just works on every car ever. Nothing special. But yeah, so the early game, you'll notice that I am sort of between missions, I'm running between sort of like 1 respect to 1 respect, and doing it that way. But that does change shortly. Eventually, we're gonna stop doing missions and have a bit of a grind for respect. You know what it's like on that grind set. So we're gonna go get some tattoos here. The reason why we're getting these specific tattoos is because they give me a bonus to my respect. Give me a 10% modifier to my respect. And later on, we're going to be getting some fancy jewelry because, again, gives us more respect and we can bump ourselves up to a 15 respect modifier. I don't know about you, but I also respect people that have piercings because I could not do it myself. It seems like it would be really painful. So hopefully I've got not that much ammo here. So I'm gonna have to do this combat fairly slowly. There we go, it's probably fine. Oops, Daisy, I didn't walk into the marker. Okay, so we have to go get the keys from TNA. Now this is actually a really risky, what I'm about to do is going to be a really risky strat. The reason why it's risky is because there's lots of enemies that shoot you and they have stronger weapons usually than I do. And I'm going to just casually crash into that poor civilian, I'm sorry. But hopefully my aim is true. Hopefully my aim is true, he says. Oh, my health, my poor health. Okay, so I'm taking a really slow route out of this club, but that's only because I am so scared for my health right now. I would have come out the way that I went in, but that would have meant sort of running back across more gang members, and I am a weenie, so I didn't do that. Thankfully, this game has sort of auto health regeneration. I'm going to hope that that gang car does not block the door, but he's probably going to because he's a nasty man. I'm going to go rescue these hostages. Come with me, ladies. I do like that when you rescue them, they're cowering on the floor, but then the moment that they actually get out of here, they just, like, run towards these enemy gang members with guns and try and punch them in the face. I mean, I suppose I would probably also try to punch someone in the face if they tried to kidnap me. Whoa! That dude just threw a pipe bomb! Okay. So, unfortunately, he just destroyed my homies. And I am on fire. Okay, this is less than ideal. I'm gonna have to deal with these gang members because I'm gonna need to revive these homies. Don't get in the car. Revive the homie.
Я пытаюсь быть громче, извините. Если
я
буду громче, вы будете слышать шумение микрофона. Поэтому выбирайте из двух ядов. Либо потише, но без шума, либо погромче, но с шумом.
Perfect. Flawless execution right there. That's actually how that mission's meant to go. Genuinely though, the cause of many shenanigans and hijinks and tomfoolery in this run, it's pretty much all caused by the AI companions in this game, who very often will not do the thing that you want them to do, and in fact will do the very opposite of what you want them to do. But that's part of the fun of playing the game, just the absolute sheer chaos. Thankfully, we don't have any gang members following us, which is really nice. Again, because they can cause lots of sort of shenanigans with these ladies. They can stop them from getting back in the cop car, things like that. But not too shabby all round. So again, I was taking those specific tags because I had to get back up to one respect. I need to get back up to one respect because I need one respect to take the next mission. But after this next mission is accepted, which is just around the corner. Oops, Daisy, I did not mean to reverse. My cop car is going to be a little bit further away than I would like. But yeah, it's quite annoying whenever you do get set on fire in this game, because when you're set on fire, you're essentially rendered helpless. I mean, I guess it's game's super realistic in that regard, because yeah, you can't sort of interact with anything, and all your animations sort of they don't take priority over the being on fire. So the reason why I swapped out my cop car there will become apparent very soon. I will talk about that more when it actually becomes relevant, but for now, I need to get on with doing the mission itself. So there's 2 gang outpost stations here, and they're essentially cooking up something that they shouldn't be cooking up. I'm going to hope that this guy does not pop my tires, because he has a penchant for doing that. Okay, so I'm going to stop production at this warehouse. And he did not pop my tires, that's really nice. Driving with pop tires in this game is basically the worst thing ever, so you really want to avoid it whenever you can, especially because the section that we're going to do after this bit is very heavily driving focused. But there we go. That's that mission donezo.
Лаборатория уничтожена, и теперь идем на Insurance Fraud.
So now, the reason why I swapped the cop car will become apparent. I'm going to do one of the side activities called insurance fraud. And what insurance fraud entails is... I'm actually going to quit out the level and restart it again, because it's not a good starting zone. I got the same starting zone again. Okay, that's bit of a better zone. Where's my cop car? There you go, just phasing out of existence. Don't worry about it. So the whole point of insurance fraud is that we need to cause ourselves a lot of damage, more damage than playing Saints Row anyway would give us mentally. And we are rated on the severity of our crash. You can see up in the top left-hand corner, you can see our total that we need to hit.
Поскольку зона опять же далеко, скорее всего, он ее сейчас задиспавнит, перезапустит уровень.
They are increasing per level. I'm actually restarting the activity again because I got another really bad zone.
Получше.
But that one is pretty good. So I'm going to carry on with this one. Essentially, there's two zones in this activity where we really don't want to visit if we can help it. Also, insurance fraud is a good activity for finding tags, because generally insurance fraud takes place over a pretty large area of a specific part of the city, which lets us go around and visit lots of separate parts of the city and basically gets us lots of opportunities to take tags, which is again good for our respect. And the reason why I have, another reason why the cop car is so important is that when we're doing all of these crashes, we actually get a bonus to our money gained in insurance fraud. If we do it in a cop car, you get a civil vehicle bonus. You can do it with both you can do it with a mail truck, with an ambulance, and with a garbage truck. But the reason why we do it with a cop car is, one, because they're one of the fastest cars in the game, and two, because to actually eject through the windshield like we were doing, you actually need a pretty decent amount of speed for that. So the other, it's much harder to do that with the other civil vehicles. We're taking a small detour from our insurance fraud activity to pick up the Hitman activity. Now this is actually a really recent development in the run. We didn't used to do Hitman.
Джо отменил Insurance Fraud для того, чтобы он мог начать Hitman.
When we were doing our initial rerouting of the game,
это также side activity,
when I started running this game,
по
just for
которой,
context, the
верхнем
record
левом
was
углу
5 hours
спавнится
long, 5
рандомный
hours
NPC, и его нужно убить, в данном случае ножом. Еще дают немного денег и очень много респекта. Но это очень удачезависимая side activity.
Have sort of really decimated that total. The record at the moment is 3.5 hours. So really brought that time down a lot by almost two full hours. But when we did our initial rerouting, we didn't use Hitman, but then another runner who, unfortunately, they don't interact with the community too much. I don't know if it's... I don't think their English-speaking ability, they're very confident in it, so unfortunately we can't ask them questions or something, but they uploaded this run to YouTube where they were doing a much faster route that was including this Hitman activity. And what Hitman entails is that throughout the world there are certain civilian models, like actual gameplay models, that you have to kill with specific weapons.
Кстати, да, Джелли, это правда. Он купил себе Xbox Series X только для того, чтобы ранить ESA 1. Настолько безумный человек. И, возможно, сейчас другой раннер, который, кстати, из России, тоже себе купил Series X, чтобы ранить первый SR.
Ideally, like
так
level 1 to 3,
хотите
you
ранить
really want to
SR1,
do sort of like straight off the bat. There we go, so that's a little bit nicer. That man just hit my car. So again, whenever you can see on the minimap, whenever we get that triangle, that blue triangle in the bottom left-hand corner, that means that the
zone is above us, and we know if it's above us that the zone is over yonder. And that's whenever it's done that, I have always changed my activity and restarted, because this zone is much further out of the way than the other zones. Потом у нее была обратная совместимость для X1, и теперь же она есть для Series X. На Series X она идет 60 FPS, чего игра на самом деле не ожидает, и именно же по этой причине физика выглядит очень странно. Но для Insurance Fraud она работает в вашу пользу, поскольку вы получаете очень много денег за просто один удар об стену.
Any donations or anything you want to read out, now would be a fantastic time to do it.
Yeah, we definitely have some donations. We have a $5 donation from Clowns that says, "I love you, Joe."
No, I love you too, Clowns.
We have a $6.90 donation from Josh Muns that says, "Nice."
Hell yeah.
And really quickly, I just want to let everyone know that we are having an incentive here for the Saints Row GameStop t-shirt to the moon for just the cost of a single stop. Joe will equip a GameStop t-shirt for the run. The goal is $180, and right now we are sitting at $6.90. So make sure to get your donations in for that. I personally want to see it, so let's get that going.
That wasn't, when I initially submitted the run, I didn't think about it, but I was playing around casually with the game a couple of days ago, and when I'm playing around casually, I was checking out the cheats like a dirty cheater that I am, obviously. But the in-game cheat is actually promotions that they ran with GameStop when the game came out, that you can actually get a GameStop t-shirt in-game. So I suppose this would be the opposite. I want everybody right now to have paper hands, not diamond hands, because you need to donate to the run. Or to the incentive. So this insurance fraud is pretty slow at the moment. I'm not getting any great crashes. But it's sort of just expected. There's a lot of variance. In fact, I actually can't take that zone. I'm going to have to go and change my cop car, which does waste time. You can see that there's 3 levels of sort of car health. There's when your car is healthy, when your car has white smoke, means that it's, pretty bashed up. But it's still doable, and then when it's got black smoke, it means you're essentially 1 crash away, or maybe 2 crashes away from blowing up. And we do not want to blow up, because despite the fact that we do want to damage ourselves, we don't want to kill ourselves, because that will actually end the mission. Are you kidding? So I'm not even I'm not even joking. The amount of times that I've been running this game for, I don't know, probably like 7 months now or something like that. Probably put in, or I'd say probably like 100 hours or so. I've gotten a 69 cop car, maybe, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 times. So to get it twice in one run, especially in a marathon run, it's sort of a meme on my stream. So the fact that it's actually happened here is, I can say nothing other than very nice.
Опять же, физика плохо работает и позволяет ему запрыгнуть на машину, чтобы телепортироваться в нее.
This zone is not a great zone, honestly. There's not many good places. Oh, he says as he proceeds to get 381,000, but that's pretty nice. So I'm on level 7 now. I've got 2 zones left of insurance fraud to go. And this, honestly, it's an average insurance fraud. There's a lot of variance into how good an insurance fraud can go. For reference, in my PB at the moment, which is like a 328, that's a really nice crash. In my PB, which is a 328, I can save almost 3.5 minutes on this split alone. So that should give you sort of an idea of the kind of variance that you can expect with insurance fraud. Something that you might notice is up in the top left-hand corner, sometimes rather than just counting the money that I get, it will just say plus lots. When it says plus lots, that means that I have met that level of insurance fraud's activity in 1 crash. And that's a really nice, to be fair, so this insurance fraud wasn't great, but the level 7 and 8 here have been fantastic. If we could get it right now, okay, that one was only 7,000. That's a weenie crash. Weenie Hut Jr. Okay. Let's get that bread.
Здесь не очень везет.
Okay, again, not a great
ХП
crash.
не убавляется, так как
And
это
level 8 is
специальная
obviously
миссия, где нужно именно
level 8 is
таранить самим собой.
the zone where
Если
you
бы
want
еще
the
и
highest
убавлялось
amount
ХП, то это было
of
бы
money
нереально
for your
пройти.
crashes. That's fantastic. Just 15,000 more left. Or
Поэтому здесь
12,000
ХП по
even.
сути отключено.
Hopefully we get it off this wall. We did get it off that wall. Fandabby dozy. So that's
Да,
not
на самом
actually too
деле
bad.
это
Not
отличный
too
способ
shabby.
заработка.
I'm gonna do something
Но
now which may or may
не
not be the right
одобряю,
idea. And
осуждаю.
to be fair, so I'm not sure how to
Русский
explain it really,
андеграундный спидран
but part
сообщество
of the
не
reason why I love
одобряет.
this game so much, why I've loved running this game so much, is that in every other speed game that I've ever done, the route is always, you know, sort of fairly rigid. There's always like an optimal strat to do, and you're pretty much always aware of the optimal strat and the backups in certain situations. The reason why I love this run so much is because there is a lot of thinking on the fly about what might be the best thing to do and how to essentially making the best of a bad situation or even making the best of a good situation. So something that I could have done after that mission, after I finished insurance fraud, something that I could have done
Вообще, раннер после этой
was
миссии
take
мог
a
взять себе
taxi
такси,
to this mission.
но это тратит
Now
где-то
taking a
минуту.
taxi takes about 1 minute. From calling up the taxi to getting in the taxi and then going to your destination, waiting for the load screen, etc. So I made the call that I was less than a minute away if I was to just
Он
drive
мог
in a
взять
police car.
такси
And
на
I
эту
was
же
correct in that
миссию,
assumption,
но так как ему повезло с
which is
зоной
really
на
good
insurance
because that
fraud,
means that I
ему
now
пришлось
have a
брать туда
police car for
такси.
this mission. Whereas
Но с другой
before, I would
стороны,
have only
его
had a
кар
taxi.
уже
And a
очень
taxi is
поврежден.
very slow
Поэтому, может
compared
быть,
to a
ей не
police
хватит
car.
на
I'm
эту
not actually
миссию.
sure what the top speed of a taxi is, but it's not 85, I'll tell you that much. Or 80, no, I think a cop car is 80, maybe. As you can tell, very experienced runner. I'm very bad with the stats. There's actually there's a regular in my chat called Cadnaz. He's much better at remembering all the stats, etc. than I am. I do try to learn them, but I've unfortunately got a memory like a sieve, so tends to be that I forget certain statistics. But for this mission, we are going to take Troy to hijack this truck. And now there's a huge skip actually coming up. It's actually a minute and a half skip.
Но нам нужно очень сильно надеяться на то, что
it's not entirely
искусственный
random. I can
интеллект
manipulate
вашего
it.
дружка Троя не подведет.
However, I'm
И
not
нужно
sure
его
what causes the
заманипулировать, чтобы он на
manipulation.
своем грузовике поехал в нужную сторону.
Again, very serious speed game. Please, everybody, run Saints Row. While Troy is hijacking that truck, hot wiring it, I'm going to go take this tag down here. There's going to be a gang member out here, and I'm going to steal their car. Unfortunately, I need to be. If you look on the on the minimap, I need to be in that red circle for Troy to follow me. But he is now following me, so that's nice.
Заманипулировать в сторону, которую нам нужно, которая в теории должна засейвить нам 1,5 минуты.
The one thing that is quite good about this game, specifically Saints Row 1, is a lot of the stats and information about missions is actually contained within the wiki. Unfortunately, the dude's name escapes me, but there is just one dude who like makes all of the edits on the wiki, really dedicated to making sure that the Saints Row wiki is accurate. So shout out to that guy. You are more dedicated than I am. So this man is pushing me. I do not want him to push me because he could push me out of the red zone. So here is the skip, the fabled skip. Hopefully Troy keeps on driving down the road. Troy is stuck.
И Трой не поехал куда надо. Печально.
No, Troy is going to be nasty today. So he's taken this route, which is a lot slower, which means unfortunately we do not save 1 minute and a half. But as I said, that skip is very strange.
Но что должно было произойти? Джо должен был припарковать свою машину прямо там на дороге, чтобы его можно было, чтобы трость сам себя вытолкнул на нужный путь. Но этого не произошло, видимо, потому что остальные гангстеры подвинули его с этого пути. И сам Джо застрял.
I am stuck. Please help. Car stuck. Car stuck. I need a help. I need a car that is not that.
Поэтому придется найти новое.
That would be nice. Game. Thank you. You are a car that is not that. I just robbed that lady by jumping. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you were just going about your day, some dude jumps on top of your car and all of a sudden you're out on the pavement? That would be scary. And also not possible. Let's stop that man from shooting us. So now that we are doing this the normal way, we just have to wait a little bit for Troy to actually like sort of catch up to us. This person's going to shoot us because they are nasty. Just trying to escort a truck, bro. Could you please... Why'd he get out his car? Seems very unintuitive, but the AI in this game
интеллект в этой игре, да и вообще во всей серии
there are wonders untold.
Оставляет желать лучшего.
Also, something that's interesting during this mission is you can see up in the top left-hand corner that the truck has a health bar. You're pretty much never in danger of that ever being blown up. The truck is so tanky. I don't think it's ever blown up for me,
интеллект настолько глупый, что они даже не могут снести это, поэтому вам вообще не нужно бояться за здоровье Троя.
But it's very, very strong.
Но интересный факт, эта миссия на самом деле очень трудна в коопе, так как на вас прет больше и больше мяса. И вот уже тогда Трой может быть в большой опасности.
I'm gonna shoot him. Oh, that cop car's... I don't want it anymore. No, Troy is now stuck. Oh no. Okay, so that's less than ideal. That's less than ideal. But never mind, we have finished the level. Cool. So now, another side effect from doing that insurance fraud activity, it does give us lots of respect, but it does also give us lots of cash. And we like lots of cash, because it lets us buy things.
Мы выполнили очень много insurance фродов за один.
And we are right now, so remember when I was talking about that hitman mission, that hitman activity earlier, and that we have to kill certain civilian models with certain weapons? I'm going to go and buy those weapons that I need. So buy one of these, one of these, lots of SMG ammo, because SMG ammo is pretty much the... not the gold standard, I can't think of a good word for it. What? I mean,
Что произошло?
Okay, so I wasn't expecting to explain that.
Что-то произошло раньше на 2 часа.
I have never gotten a gang push pack this early in the run, and I have no idea why it's happened. Okay. We'll forget about that for now. That's really interesting. And to be fair, that might actually come back later on in the run, and that could actually be a problem. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm really confused. Sorry, that's completely thrown me off my kilter.
Что-то произошло, но я до сих пор не понимаю, что. Джо, объясни, пожалуйста.
So anyway, let's just forget about that for now.
Пока что у нас миссия Homeland Security. Корналис решает напасть на вашу базу, которая, по сути, просто церковь. Вам нужно ее защищать. Если вы очень православный человек, то игра точно для вас. для вас.
Which we are.
Джо уже сам не понимает, что происходит. Эта игра настолько непредсказуемая.
Thusly. Hello, sir.
Хорошо. То, что сейчас произошло, он получил себе звонок на миссию Pushback.
I have to take 2 seconds.
Если вы помните, в Сан-Андреасе была механика захвата территории, и иногда банды могли прийти обратно и захватить, попытаться захватить ее. И у вас моргала эта территория, что ее захватывают. Здесь происходит то же самое, и поэтому получил звонок. Пушбаки есть в этом ране, но они должны быть 2 часа позже. Непонятно, почему они произошли сейчас.
This man has a rocket launcher, which we want.
Поэтому он не должен происходить в ближайшие 2 часа. Почему он уже произошел?
Oh no, that man has a burger. Ah, we should have gotten the burger, but I was not thinking on my feet quick enough. All of these cars suck. I'm gonna take the one that is least suck out of all of those. Actually, to be fair, the slingshot was probably the better call, but never mind. Anyhow, so the way that we have done our route, the gang pushback shouldn't happen for about 2 hours. So the reason that it's happened now, I have no idea. But the good news is that there is obviously a lot of variance that you can have with those gang pushbacks. Because depending on the zone that you might get one that takes a long time, or you might get one that takes a short amount of time. Now, the one that we got is actually the best gang pushback in the entire game, so I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just very confused what happened now, and I am slightly concerned about it. The reason being because I'm concerned that if I got one this early, I might still get another one later on, and then obviously that's more gang pushbacks than we would usually have in a normal route. But we'll see. On this mission, we have a bomb in our car, and this crazy man is trying to follow us. We do not want him to follow us. I'm going to try and do my best to lose him. He's still following me. Okay, oh, we might be good. He might have just messed himself over. We're going to take a small little shortcut through this area and hope that he does not follow. Yeah, we should be good here. Should be fine. Okay. I'm just trying to mentally reset from whatever just happened, because
мы уже выполнили всего 3
gonna have to go
миссии.
back and see what I did differently.
Эти самые пушбаки имеют очень маленький шанс случиться.
The good news is that if that gang pushback counts as our first gang pushback in the run, and we don't get another one,
но он случился непонятно где и непонятно почему так
because at this point in the run,
сам Джо не понимает,
there's only so many different. We've only done like two or three missions, which means that the acceptable amount of places
я готовился к комментариям этого, я пересматривал все воды за
последнюю неделю. Getting the mills is literally the best one that you want because it is the shortest.
Я даже не знаю, что сейчас сказать.
Sadly, I have to say goodbye to this officer because he has a fast car. As I rode away from that man, the guy with the shotgun took out my wheel.
Тату, который он получил ранее, это по сути мультипликатор вашего респекта. Теперь же мы купим себе всякие цацки.
Just about to take a small detour before doing some more insurance fraud. The detour that we're taking now is to get extra. I remember I did actually say earlier just like we got tattoos for 10% respect, we're about to get some bling jewelry and some pimp shades. That's not just me trying to sound cool, that's actually what they're called, to get 15% respect. There's the pimp shades.
Do we have time for a couple of donations real quick?
We do indeed.
We have a huge donation of $200.69 from Gridline. No comment, but thank you so much for that donation. Also, that means that our GameStop to the Moon incentive has been met.
Nice, lovely. I can equip that fairly shortly, actually. So that's actually pretty good. After I've done insurance fraud, I can equip that T-shirt, so that's good. Thank you, Gridline. Gridline is both a member of...
Копкар это пока что лучшее, что можно найти бесплатно.
A big member of my girlfriend's community. And
потом
is
уже будет
an extremely
суперкар, но его нужно
charitable
купить в гараже.
Person. Thank you so much.
Просто чуть-чуть подожди.
So we're doing more insurance.
И также, опять же,
I mean,
копкар нужен для мультипликатора на миссии Insurance Fraud, которая происходит сейчас.
Again, for the next like 5 or so minutes.
Sounds good.
Не
We have a
получилось
$5 donation from Peppermint Bubble that says, "Thanks for helping me sort out my sleeping schedule after ruining it to play video games. Much love to the ferrets and good luck on the run, Joe. Love from Finland."
Thank you, Peppermint.
We also have an anonymous donation of $6.90 that just says, "Nice 2.0."
Amazing.
We have a $73 donation from Steno. No comment, but thank you so much for your donation.
Damn, some big monies.
We also have a $50 donation from user Namiels. Why doesn't the truck blow up after a couple gentle taps? Didn't these game developers know what escort missions are all about?
That's not a bad shout, actually. Trust me, this game has its fair share of that kind of thing, but thankfully the truck mission is not one of them.
Не тот, который был в верхнем левом углу сейчас. Другого.
Oh, so something that I'm going to do now. Please don't crash into me, sir. I'm going to
очень важно смотреть на, опять же, очень важно смотреть на спавны, которые просто по улице.
It was not meant to be. So she is one of the hitman targets that I was talking about earlier, and again is part of the reason why why I do like this run so much. Not because I get to shoot old ladies, but because I have to constantly be vigilant and aware of the civilian models that are around me, and also be vigilant in terms of, because there's 3 lots of the hitman activity, so there's 3 sort of sets of characters that you can get or that you have to find. The ones that you have to get is dependent on the weapon set that you currently have, you know, bought or equipped in your inventory. So it's always sort of like a bit of on-the-fly thinking as to whether you can actually get that person or not. So hopefully we get some big crashes from this wall. This wall is one of the most consistent walls in the entire game for getting crashes. I've actually before managed to get like a $2 million crash from this wall. So hopefully we can get some of that. Okay, that is the opposite of 2 million. That is 0. That's not really the opposite, but you know what I mean.
Видимо, система правосудия в этой игре не самая хорошая.
Okay. Well, we got level 4 in one go, basically, but I'll be honest, usually the crashes against that wall are a little bit more spectacular. Sadly, we didn't get it this run, but... Let's go. So what kind of cop cars do we have? We have 70 and 81. Neither of those are funny numbers, but we'll take the 81, I suppose. Also, I should probably mention, with Peppermint's donation, they said, much love to the ferrets. That's not just... if you don't know that I have 3 ferrets, who are lovely tiny boys, but probably needs a little bit of clarification. I wonder if I could actually get because actually there was an ESA run not too far back where he had his ferret on stream. Honestly, I'm unsure if there's going to be a large enough. Like there is some downtime during this run where I don't really have to do anything and I'm just waiting for stuff to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to be long enough for me to go and grab one of my ferrets, but I don't know. Maybe maybe there's a possibility. Maybe I can recruit my recruit my partner to go and retrieve a ferret at some point, but we'll see. Because I definitely, if other runners are showing their ferrets on ESA, I want to show my ferrets on ESA.
Ран вообще, по-моему, времени должен был 2 часа позже. Я вообще не был готов.
A ferret off, if you will. Although,
поэтому все очень
all ferrets are kind and gentle. So this insurance fraud is actually going really well. I'll be honest, the Vice King insurance fraud usually causes me the most issues, I would say. But this is going absolutely swimmingly. He says. So usually when this happens, yeah. When I get that long load screen, it means the game does not know where to put my ragdoll. And unfortunately, it puts me a very, very long way away from where I actually crashed. What's the best course of action here? I think I'm going to try and steal this lady's Jeep. Something that's really nice about this game is that if you just press the button to get in the car, if you press Y, as the car drives past, the AI that was in the car sort of freezes and lets you catch up to them, which is really nice. The games after this do not do that. Which, you know, I get is more realistic in terms of, you know. To be fair, I think if you're ever comparing realism in Saints Row games, you're probably barking up the wrong tree. But we got 2 more levels of insurance fraud to go. Let's hope for some big crashes. That's a pretty good crash. Only 56,000. It should have probably been a little bit more than that. But the entire I can never be too angry with insurance fraud. Getting bad crashes or what, because it's essentially you know, it's pot luck. Whenever I'm doing like lots of if I'm consistently streaming and doing, oh, that's a really nice crash. Thank you, sir, for crashing into me. If I'm doing lots of streams like day after day and I'm doing lots of insurance fraud, it can start to get a little bit grating when, you know, you feel like it feels like the game can be against you sometimes. But thankfully, not actually happening this run. That's a really nice beginning crash as well. I'm actually going to steal this man's cop car. Wait, why is this civilian robbing the... What? Dude, so that's part of the reason why I love this game is just... the AI for the civilians is fantastic. There is never a run of Saints Row that does not have something funny happen with one of the civilians, basically.
Я надеюсь, фонового шума сильно не будет, потому что я уже вообще всех из комнаты
выгнал. He is desperately chasing me. And the bad news is that if he actually chases me when I am ragdolling on the floor, he will instantly bust me and I will lose all of my progress for this level. Of insurance fraud, and considering I'm on the final level of insurance fraud, in fact, I'm going to run him over just because I'm that nervous. Oh, actually, no, I've lost my wanted level. Never mind.
Ну, попробуйте.
I am.
Если услышите мою кошку, извиняюсь.
Oh, that poor police officer. I don't think he's living anymore.
Сегодня она вроде как спит весь день.
Yeah, no, he's sleeping.
Сейчас с зоной не очень повезло, поскольку она находится очень далеко от начала следующей миссии номер 3.
That's really frustrating because it's moved to one of the zones that is furthest away from the next mission, which means that we will lose some time on the next mission just by virtue of the fact that we're quite far away from the next one. Okay, so we have now finished the Vice King's insurance fraud activity, and we can go on. I should also say, up in the top left-hand corner at the moment, when I was referencing Hitman earlier, you can pin one Hitman target to your HUD, and if you do that, if they show up in the overworld, they will appear on your minimap as a little crosshair, which is really nice for us because it means that I don't have to pay quite as much attention to the civilians that are on the side of the street. And it basically finds it for us. Unfortunately, you can only have one of those active at one time, so sometimes that can be a cause of frustration, but most of the time it's fine. So yeah, the drive that I did just then, usually if I can get a zone that the final insurance fraud zone of the last activity, I would hope for it to be closer to where that mission starts, so that the drive is shorter. But hey ho, what you gonna do? It's also maybe a slightly bit concerning that my cop car is smoking, but it's probably gonna end up being fine here.
Я постараюсь говорить громче, но
I'm gonna corral a bunch of Vice King patrol cars.
Вот было бы все в ОБС, было бы все нормально, я отвечаю.
And then once they're all grouped up is when I can deal with them all then.
А в Discord это очень плохая часть.
Shoot that guy.
Сотворение человеческого, скажем так.
And shoot this man. So yeah, like I thought, the cop car is indeed going to blow up, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world.
В миссии номер 3 нам нужно найти лейтенанта Вайскингов, Таня.
Clear out a building full of gang members. You can see all of the gang members on the
едем. Единственное место, где она может тусить. Бордель.
Okay, that was nice. So these gang members can be
Зачищаем здание.
In random positions. Don't worry that these gang members seem to be in compromising positions. Ask your parents about it, I guess. There we go. Just a few more people left. Just one more person left. So that was actually despite the fact that the mission ended quite far away, our combat there was really smooth, which means that we didn't end up losing that much time. Which is nice. Because I don't like losing time. I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I'm just weird that way, I guess. Okay, so now we actually have a sort of... So the first gang pushback of the game, actually, I misspoke earlier because I said it was in a couple of hours. Technically, the first one is the one that you get here. Still this empty police car. No idea why there's an empty police car on the road, but I'm not gonna waste it. I definitely would like an empty police car because, again, it's a big, fast vehicle. So this is sort of like the tutorial to gang pushbacks. Is after you have completed that mission and driven one region away, you get this phone call, which is meant to be sort of the introduction to gang pushbacks. Yeah, like I said, this is technically not the tutorial for us because we got one earlier out of completely out of the blue.
Да, так как вы захватили бордель Вайскингов, они тут же пытаются его вернуть, поэтому это является туториалом.
I tagged that guy with the back of my car, but he did not die. I thought he was going to die.
Здесь нужно очень метко закинуть гранату. Раз, два,
So I'm going to try... This is a pretty hard grenade throw. Oh, I got it in one. Nice. So there are enemies over that wall. That saves me from having to drive around the wall and go and find them that way, which is really, really quick. That's a really hard grenade throw, so I'm pretty happy that was successful. Cool. So I'm going to pick up the second lot of activity, the second lot of Hitman contracts. You're going to see a brief list of all the ones that I can possibly get. Usually, if I've killed Teresa by now, Teresa's the one I'm currently tracking. Usually, no, did he just kill Dick? No. Oh, he's dead.
На улице только что убили гражданского, который нужен по контракту Хитмана, но почему-то его вообще передавил другой NPC.
He is one of the hitmen that we have to kill. His name's Dick. We need to kill Dick with a knife. But unfortunately, he got run over before we could get to him. Which is really unfortunate because he's one of the lesser spawning NPCs. I feel like he's one of the NPCs that I don't get every run. I'm parking the car in a specific place here because after I've gone up these stairs and killed these people, there's going to be other gang members that try and get in the house after me.
Когда он зачистит это здание,
but parking that car there prevents them from coming in.
Не смогут зайти.
So here we have. Unfortunately, a section where we have to rely on console aiming.
По-моему, эта миссия это снайперский туториал, но снайпить на консоли это очень плохо, поэтому Джо может промазать очень много выстрелов сейчас.
Please stay still so I can shoot you. There we go.
Пока что попадает во все.
Okay, not too shabby so far. Honestly, this might not look like it, but this is actually a pretty decent sniping section. I've missed twice though. Missing twice is pretty bad.
Не так плохо.
Okay, not too shabby, not too shabby. I wish more than anything else that this game would get a PC port. Sadly, it does not look like it will ever be the case. Cool. So that is that mission done and dusted. Was pretty fast.
И коп-кар взорвали. Это нехорошо.
Why is my police car blown up? Okay. That's fine, I guess. Thanks, game. Instead, I'll have to take this Mini Cooper knockoff. And so we're going to take this tag, and then we're going to do a new activity, which, again, even though it's not insurance fraud, it does involve blowing up a bunch of cars and ramming my cars into things. That tends to be a running theme, and I hope you guys are not wearing headphones. I'm going to give you a small headphone warning before we go into this activity. Personally, I love it. I think this voice actor gives it his all, and it's fantastic. And in fact, I fully support this voice actor.
Джо надевает ковбойскую шляпу, потому что местный комментатор очень любит говорить
«Иха».
Вы можете спамить, если у вас есть FFC face with cowboy hat.
I hope you like that man yeehawing, because you're gonna hear it 8 times. Possibly more, honestly. You can possibly hear that more than 8 times if I fail the mission. But hopefully I will not.
Что вам угодно.
I hope chat is filled with cowboy emojis.
Для демо-дропа нужно просто умудриться взорвать машину, прежде чем взорвут вас.
During this section, I have to take off my headphones so I can't hear my reader because the headphones don't fit with the cowboy hat.
Yes.
So actually, what I'll do right now, I will not talk for the rest of
Demo Derby.
So if you want to fill in with any potential donations, actually wait, can I? I'm not sure if there's a way that I can. This is the best I can do. I'm sorry if there's any donations.
We do have donations, and hopefully you can hear me at some point, Joe. We have a $5 donation from Harvey is a good boy. 2 nice cars. Bless this run. Consider this my investment in GameStop.
Oh no, I forgot to get the GameStop top. That's entirely my bad. It's not a problem. I can get it after. I'll have to remember that. Not after Demo Derby, but we're going to do a mission after Demo Derby. And that's bad. I'm on my back. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to have to restart. Yeah, after Demo Derby, we're going to do one more mission, and then I'll have to get GameStop t-shirt. I'm totally sorry, I forgot about that.
Would you like another donation?
I would love another donation.
Okay, we have a $20 donation from YT Sat Run that says, thanks for that wonderful run right now. Saints Row is a dream. The quote, Dawn Civ is happy too, smiley face.
A dream? I would honestly go more with Nightmare, but, you know, whatever floats your boat.
Нет, на самом деле не все заново круто, поскольку каждая сайд-активити имеет 8 уровней, и если же ты его проваливаешь, ты просто начинаешь с того же уровня, на котором ты его провалил. Провалил на 4-м, он начинает заново, он опять же на 4-м. Не все заново, слава богу. Ладно, надеюсь, в ближайшие 5 секунд ничего не произойдет, мне нужно быстро замьютиться.
Press the ear. I completely, you know what? I really probably, because I've had this, believe it or not, I've had this cowboy hat prepared in advance for about 2 or 3 weeks. You'd think that maybe I would have thought this could potentially cause issues, but my foresight apparently not very good. This is probably going to be a failed mission here. Because I need to kill one more dude. Okay, no, we just about got it. We got literally the last possible car there.
Да, к сожалению, у первой Saints Row нету ПК-порта, у второй есть, но
you have to
лучше
just give
промолчать.
A lot of respect to how this voice actor he just gives it his all for the Yeehaw. And it's actually really sad because Demo Derby is actually included in Saints Row 2 as well. But they really nerfed the announcer. It's a lady who just basically casually says 3, 2, 1, go. It's like, way to downgrade. I want my Yeehaws. Oh, I'm gonna try and snipe this dude. Just about got him. Nice. Oh, my phone alarm for waking up in the morning just went off. Sorry if you guys could hear that.
Я бы так не сказал. Оно более аркадное, чем прямо такое реалистичное. Все равно это не уровень первого Watch Dogs'а.
Not getting good luck on this Demo Derby, sadly. My car is stuck. Hello? Hello?
Я думаю, что все не так плохо.
Okay, well, that's a
И
restart.
опять пришлось рестартить.
That's unfortunate, but my car is stuck. Oh, I'm gonna have to switch ears, you know. That was actually hurting my shoulder. Oh, is that gonna count as my kill? It did not count as my kill. That's sad. Only 2 more levels left of Demo Derby. It's not going great, I'll be honest, and this one might also be a reset because a lot of the cars have already blown up. We might get... Okay, that's 1 car out of 3. One car out of 3. Let me get that guy. Yes, just about. And finally 1 more car. And then we are done with the Demo Derby and we can say goodbye to the shouty man. Goodbye to the cowboy hat. There we go. Finally. I can
Demo Derby наконец
I can finally hear again.
закончилось.
Hello.
И теперь, поскольку был достигнут донат инцентив, ему нужно пойти в специальную
футболку. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do, just so I remember. So this is actually how you do cheats in this game. So it's GAMESTOP.
Это чит на футболку GameStop.
Activate cheat GameStop. What you don't know is that's actually not a cheat code for Saints Row. That GameStop cheat code is a real life cheat code to inflate the stock price by $10. That's not true. Just for clarity, it's not true. I have no bearing. I have 0 bearing on the GameStop stock price. Okay. So now that we have GameStop successfully activated, we're going to do this mission, which is called Stacking the Deck. This mission is notorious for messing me over during runs in very interesting ways. So, this truck that I'm about to steal, this truck has turned invisible. This truck has gotten stuck in the floor. This truck has gotten stuck in a tree. This truck likes to get stuck in places, is what I'm trying to say. We have to go take it to the Saints Row garage, or garage, depending on whichever one floats your boat. It's a fairly linear trip, and not much happens other than, again, because so this is actually like a similar, it might actually have a little bit more health than the truck that Troy drives. This is a pretty tanky vehicle, and it can withstand a lot of punishment. So you can actually just plow into cars and they will explode beneath you, which is pretty good, honestly, for normally whenever you hit a car in this game, it spins you out, but not in this bad boy. I think this truck's called the Peter Liner.
2006 года, тем более на Xbox, это была не самая плохо выглядящая игра.
As we come up to this corner.
Хотя изначально это вообще должна была быть игра для PlayStation 2.
Actually, I've said that way in advance.
В своем раннем концепте.
Not even this corner. Okay, so it's this section now. It requires just a tiny bit of finesse, because those trees on my right-hand side are not actually destructible.
Через год выйдет крузис,
quickly
и его никто не запустит. Помянем.
There we go, and we complete that. So now what we can do, because we're actually pretty close to our house, we will go and get GameStop.
Сейчас это идет не по плану, но Джо нужно зайти в свой дом,
I wonder if I start this hostage mission,
чтобы взять футболку GameStop.
Oh, dude, this is going to work out really well. So I've started this hostage mission. This is, again, so when I was talking earlier about thinking on your feet, this is sort of one of those moments. So because I'm taking a trip that I would not normally take to this section of the map, I'm going to do this. Now, this actually gets us a little bit of respect. Not much. It's only an extra 300, but, you know, it's pretty nice. No, special t-shirts. GameStop. This is the GameStop t-shirt, lads. What's happened to my arm? What? Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're wearing it.
И это GameStop-овская футболка, ради которой был
It
донат
doesn't actually
инцентив.
say like GameStop on it or anything.
И она крутая, потому что на ней
Let me
целых
take
2
your
лога
car because you are
Saints
faster. Yo, that man just tried to shotgun me. Actually, I think it was a woman. Okay, so now we can actually go and continue with the route as we normally would. Cool. So yeah, small detour there. Just a small one. Honestly, actually, I like this top a lot. I think it's got a really nice version of the
под видом
Saints Row
Лос Карналес. Провозим на их же базу наших людей.
Okay. Unfortunate. Oh, actually, is that Louise? Okay, so this is, again... Yeah. Goodbye, Louise. You shall be missed. Get in the car. Stop doing circles, please. That's... I actually almost missed that lady. And if I would have missed that lady, it's not the worst thing in the world, because she actually has a set spawn later on. But getting her now is good for my respect generation. But it's always good just to have keep an eye out for potential hitman contracts that are around, because yeah, you have to take out Louise with a rocket launcher. So this mission, we are taking back this factory, or not taking back. Sorry, we're taking over this factory. Unfortunately, my followers just sort of desperately tried to catch up to me here, but I just say goodbye to them.
Одно граффити.
Like, we get little pop-ups that are like, you have 30 seconds to revive your follower, and I'm just like, no. No, I will not revive my follower. Goodbye, buddy. Your service is noted. Okay, so we got to kill all these people. That's a pretty fast...
Да, я очень сильно извиняюсь за свой микрофон.
Clearing out.
Но по Saints Row фанатов всего 3, я один из них, поэтому кто-то же должен это комментировать.
Another respect generator, another way to generate respect coming up soon. It's another activity called Chop Shop.
Следующая activity это Chop Shop. По сути, это то же самое, что и Hitman, но на машинах. Нам нужно опять же полагаться на рандом, и нам нужно получить специальную машину и завести ее в гараж.
So I'm going to call this taxi. Unfortunately for this poor taxi man,
такси,
I'm
но
not
в
going
само
to get in the
такси мы
taxi.
не садимся как пассажир.
Instead, I'm going to say goodbye to them, because it's slightly quicker than robbing them of their, or hijacking them. But we're going to visit the car mechanic and get a street hood.
Ставим модификацию
That's
на
the only modification that we actually need for any of the cars for Chop Shop. Hello, officer. Don't mind me, just passing through. So the cars that we get for Chop Shop specifically are cars that have set ways to spawn them in. There's a long list of cars that you can actually deliver to Chop Shop locations, but they mostly would, if you're doing the game casually, you would have to rely on them to spawn randomly in the overworld. And during a speedrun, we do not.
На самом деле, для Chop Shop существует огромный список машин, которые можно подвести.
We wouldn't want to try and base
Он очень огромный, если вы играете игру казуально, но в спидране, конечно же, этого не хочется, поэтому
so we're going to get the taxi, which is
выбираем специальные машины, которые можно подвести со специальными модификациями. Первое это такси. Теперь мы вызываем себе машину скорой помощи.
But not for me.
Don't worry, we'll send the first available medical team.
Oh, that's entirely my bad.
Не получилось.
Unfortunately, if you skip the call before it actually ends, they don't actually come, so...
We'll get someone to your location stat.
That's entirely my bad. I wasn't really thinking straight there. Hello, lady. Sadly, meets the same end as the taxi man. Because we want to deliver an ambulance. And then, last but not least, is that a Destiny? Is that a Destiny?
Повезло, на спаун машина.
No, sir. Okay, so this is actually... Remember when I said that we don't want them to spawn in the overworld? I lied. We do want them to spawn in the overworld if they're a Destiny. Because a Destiny we don't have to make any modifications to a Destiny, but we can deliver it straight away, which is really, really, really nice that we actually got that. That's quite lucky. You can get a Destiny in a set way, which is why it is one of the cars that we do deliver. Usually you would have to call your friend the Wheel Woman, and she would come and deliver a Destiny to you. But if we can skip that phone call, then we definitely will, because it's much quicker.
Но так как оно заспавнилось просто в мире, это было очень хорошо. Придется совершать эти манипуляции. Дальше это захват базы Лос Карналес.
Can go poorly, but most of the time it's fine. We've got to ram a bunch of shipping containers into the water.
В воду при помощи бульдозера.
And I'm going to be trying to, because this bulldozer
is
extremely hard to maneuver, it takes a long time to reverse. The route that we take is going to require as little reversing as possible. That's pretty much the only optimization for this mission. Ooh, I almost fell in the water there. That would have been less than ideal. So this chipping container...
Карналес сам столкнул контейнер в воду. Это очень хорошо было.
Dude, the Los Carnales are helping me out. He just rammed it into the water for me. Okay, this is... Oh, no. Okay, so that was almost definitely gonna be a best split. It was gonna be one of the best times I've ever done this mission if I didn't just, for some reason, randomly miss the shipping container. It's a big enough target. I really have zero excuse for missing that, but...
Контейнер полетел.
I don't know.
Здесь желательно обойти РПГ.
Let's say it. And then the final one, and we want to quickly get out and kill this guy before he despawns, because he's got a rocket launcher. And we want a rocket launcher. Actually, believe it or not, that's actually still a best split. I don't know what that says about my run.
Следующая миссия это Макманус говорит привет. И это снайперская миссия.
But I am running splits on the side because the mission order for this game. Remember when I was talking about the fact that my memory is like a sieve? Having the mission order in the splits makes it so that, you know, I don't have to put all the mission order in my head. I can just glance over to the side and see the mission order. Okay. So we're going to take a taxi now. I think is this the first taxi we've actually taken in the run? I think it is. So taxi is a service that you can do within the game to go to one of any location. And we're going to take it straight to this store because this store is where the next mission is located, which is McManus Says Hello. We're going to rob this taxi because after we take this mission spawn, there is no cars on the road. So if we rob that taxi, it means that the taxi waits there for us. And the taxi man tried to get back in the car, which I don't know why, but he did. So right there on the right-hand side of the road, there was a man in an orange t-shirt. Now he is actually a hitman target as well. Sadly, we can't get him right now because he needs to have a baseball bat to fulfill his contract, which is unfortunate because he's a nice hitman contract to get out of the way, and he's a pretty common spawn. But
сейчас Джо опять же пытается найти цель на Хитмана.
For the first half of the run, we generally, because you can only have one melee weapon at a time, we generally stick with the knife because there are more hitman contracts that you need to kill with the knife. There is Teresa, Dick, who we almost got earlier, but was run over tragically by the random pedestrian. And then Alan as well is another knife hitman contract.
Сделаем еще одно граффити. Потом еще одно.
We're going to take 2 tags on this mission. Oh no, Julia. Okay, so that lady, she ran in front of my car. I specifically tried to swerve away from her. Like, I literally, I tried, Julia, I tried. We're going to take this tag as well.
И теперь нам нужно запаркурить на крышу.
And then onwards to the rest of the mission.
Также
so Teresa actually can spawn in here.
Для контракта Хитмана может заспавниться где-то рядом, поэтому
she has not spawned in here though. That's the same. Teresa is one of the hitman contracts that I really do like to fulfill earlier on because she's a big chunk of respect. But sadly, not today. I almost failed that jump, and that would have made me restart the mission. So it's good that I didn't, but hello, Joe, what are you doing? Okay, I tried. You can skip that last climbing animation, but it actually requires a bit of a precise jump, which I did not achieve. This is another one of the sniping levels. We're not going to use a sniper because we've got rockets. Rockets are better than sniper. This is if you guys ever played GTA 3. GTA 3 copied this game. If you ever played Bomb the Base, that mission, you might be questioning the time dates of releases. Trust me, GTA 3 copied this game. Okay, so we're going to wait for these guys to get out the car so that they're nice and stationary. I'm going to pop a rocket, pop a rocket, pop a rocket, then we're going to retreat slightly to dodge that rocket. And once again, we are back to console aiming. And that was honestly pretty clean. Pretty clean, considering like how that mission can go sometimes. That was pretty clean. Okay. And now we say goodbye, cruel world. We take that death intentionally because it's a death walk to a hospital, which is a little bit quicker than taking a taxi. And if we've done everything correctly, a tram should be spawning in shortly this way.
Да, Ансват, мы знаем. Мы не можем решить эту проблему.
And again,
мы извиняемся.
So even though we have to wait for this tram briefly, this is still faster than taking a taxi to this zone because you can only take a taxi to places that you've actually visited. We haven't visited this zone, which is where the next mission that we're going to take is located, which means we couldn't take a taxi there even if we wanted to. But as a side effect, the tram also, for some reason, has 0 loading times, which does make me question, why does a taxi have a loading time? Because if a tram can have a loading time,
в этой миссии нужно натурально троллить гонщиков, чтобы они взорвались.
Troy.
Потрясающий геймдев 2006 года.
Thank you. So during this mission, our AI partner here is going to try and shout at the enemies until they blow up, and that is legitimately that's legitimately what's happening in this next level. What's actually happened is one of our gang members has rigged their car to explode so that when they go above a certain speed limit,
что с микрофоном, почему задержка, но ведь тоже делают это без уважения.
So our AI companion here, Troy, he goads them until they get so frustrated that they hit the nitros button, and then they do their job. And I hope you guys like Troy's accent, because we're going to hear a lot of that
Трой
very
будет
shortly.
кричать на ваших соперников в гонке, чтобы натурально их затроллировать.
Okay,
Но нужно находиться в близкой дистанции к машинам, а они на самом деле очень быстрые, поэтому это может вызывать некоторые проблемы.
Because you've got to deal with a bunch of traffic, and also the route that the enemies take is not set. I do think I can outrace you, although I don't actually really need to outrace you. I just need to. So he's just about to trigger his nitros. There he goes, and he's exploded. Now we need to go back and get the other men. Doesn't make you a tuner, buddy. I'm not sure why Troy thinks he would become a fish, but...
Насколько я понял, как работает эта миссия, вы таунтите своих соперников, они включают нитро, и когда они проезжают через непонятно почему горящую дорогу и бочку, срываются. И почему-то третий соперник сам по себе взорвался. Окей.
For some reason, the other car just exploded. I don't know why. Okay. So we're going to take a trip here to the mechanic, because it's the closest zone to the next mission that we need. But also because you can rob the mechanic and get a police car from it, which, as we said before, is one of the faster cars.
Сейчас в этом же магазине мы купим себе самую быструю машину в игре.
Thank you. For some reason it didn't count first time round, I'm not sure why. So not only is this the location of the next mission, it's also the location just before we take the mission. We're going to go in this place because it's the third and final activity for picking up Hitman. Cool. So now we have all of the Hitman targets that we need, and we need to, as we go through the game, keep an eye out on specific people that we need to take down to fulfill those Hitman contracts. I'm a little bit worried about the time of day. I can't tell if it's just foggy or if it's actually nighttime. If it's nighttime, we might be in trouble. My character just fell over.
Добро пожаловать на Saints Row 1. С задержкой в 20 секунд и
okay, it looks like it's just a little bit foggy. If it was nighttime, then we wouldn't be able to get into this.
Ой, то есть, да, доброе утро.
So we've got a lot of money now from all the activities that we've done so far. So I'm going to go ahead and just refill all of my weapons, as well as getting a bunch of grenades and swapping over to the 44 Shepherd. The 44 Shepherd is a really good pistol, really strong. And also, we don't need a Vice 9 anymore because we've already gotten the Hitman contracts that we need for the original pistol. So now there's two more contracts that we need with the revolver. Also, the revolver is one-shot pretty much anywhere on the body.
Граффити и миссии Хитмана нужны для респекта. Респект находится в верхнем правом углу, фиолетовая полоска. X12 означает, что сейчас он может начать 12 сюжетных миссий.
You don't actually chase them because they're on a set spawn, and you can
И нужно получать, заполнять эту получку респект для того, чтобы начинать миссию.
Read out at all. Now would be a great time to do it.
Yeah, of
12
course. We
все
have a
еще мало,
$50
поэтому
donation
он
from
делает это
Snowy.
еще раз,
Hey
еще
Joe,
раз,
good
еще
luck with
раз,
the rest
еще
of the
раз.
run. Hopefully there's not too many more shenanigans from the game. We have a $6.90 donation from Anonymous that says, "Hello from Ham Stream, Joe.
Я, конечно,
Have
не
a good
эксперт
run."
по SR2, но
Also,
может
can
быть,
the reader give us her
ничего.
best yeehaw? So my apologies, Joe.
No, go for it.
Yeehaw!
Oh, that was fantastic. That was proper cowgirl yeehaw.
Больше вопрос, на чем ты пытался его пройти? Консоль или ПК?
Okay, so yeah, this mission super boring. You're basically under no threat at any point. Like the mission even says, like the little mission objective, if you get outside of
Ваш
their
напарник,
red circle,
лейтенант
it's like
Лин,
they're getting
пытается
away.
втереться в доверие
It's
к
like they're not
Коллерзам,
getting
поэтому она
away.
втерлась в
10
доверие
meters
к
in front of them.
механику Донни.
They're definitely not getting
И
away.
теперь вам нужно их как бы
But we are going to
преследовать,
say
но
goodbye to
потом
them
от них
briefly.
отстать.
Actually, I'm not going to go quite that far ahead. I'm going to quickly just drop back a second. Okay. And now I'm going to speed ahead.
Ну тогда понятно.
Even though you have to chase them up to this point, basically this mission is all a
Сожалею о
farce.
твоей
You're not
прохождении на
actually
сотке.
chasing these members. For this, so I should actually probably say the entire game revolves around taking down 3 different gangs: the Los Canales. Sorry, not the Los Canales, just Los Canales. Don't say the Los Canales because that doesn't make sense.
Человек хот-дог, нам нужно взорвать его гранатой.
We need to blow up the wiener because he is a lot of respect. Oh no, he's dodging. He's weaving. Okay, if this happens, then there's a... We knock him down and then do that. Okay. So sorry, yeah, there's 3 gangs that we have to take down. Los Canales, the West Side Rollers, and the Vice Kings. And they all have their own different stories, and they all sort of, you know, culminate in the end of the game. And specifically for the West Side Rollers, the quirk, I suppose you would call it, the quirk with the West Side Rollers is that one of the members of the Saints is trying to
разве SR2 выходила на PS2?
West Side Rollers as if she was one of them.
Вот это новость.
So all of the missions that we're doing right now are sort of like ways for... The purpose of the previous mission was, even though we were chasing that car, it was sort of set up as a farce because we wanted Lynn to be painted as a hero, even though obviously she's working for us. So we arrive at this mission called Escort Service. Now this is the highest reset point for runs. And this mission is one of the few down points of playing this game on the Series X. Or at least as far as we can tell. So obviously this game came out on the 360 originally, but it is playable via backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, the Xbox One X, and
Sorry, Templar, но ни одна из старых Saints Row не работает на эмуляторах.
Actually the best console, you know, for
Первую Saints Row до сих пор не запустили на эмуляторе, вторую, я думаю, подам.
Frame rate stuttering that was plaguing the original game. But the one
на ПК можно симулировать только демку первой Saints Row.
Whatever sort of drives the AI, it seems like their AI has more ticks to activate, and they're basically just more aggressive. It's actually a pretty common problem that you usually find with remasters, remasters of games, or something like the Halo Master Chief Collection as well. I believe suffers from the same issue, where
следующая миссия это Side Activity Off будет, если я на 2 минуты быстро бегу. Надеюсь, там ничего интересного не будет. Это необходимо. Я бы даже сказал срочно.
However, when I was talking about the AI being aggressive, The one that is really, really problematic is this third stage. Now, the health bar for the truck, the final truck, can literally be gone before I even get to the truck if I am really unlucky.
Последний грузовик имеет очень маленькое количество ХП. Точнее, оно может быть очень маленьким к тому времени, к тому, как вы приедете.
This is not going to be a problem.
Поэтому здесь очень повезло.
Which is a big, that's a big relief for me. I believe when I ran this game at GTA Marathon,
в последнем марафоне, на котором играл Джо, GTA Марафон, ему пришлось провалить эту миссию 3 раза, поскольку последний грузовик очень сильно тренировал.
The third and final truck. But thankfully, we got it first try here, which is really, really nice because definitely one of the pain points of the run, I would say.
Остался последний Insurance Roadside Activity.
So we're about to do the third and final round of insurance fraud. But thankfully, this is because of the new Hitman route that we're doing. Before we did Hitman, we had to do all 8 levels of all 3 insurance frauds. Thankfully, we don't have to do that anymore. We are going to do this insurance fraud, providing I can do this tag. We're going to do this level of insurance fraud up until we have around 15.5 respect.
Ладно, пока он делает insurance fraud, я сейчас отбегу побыстрее.
There's some leeway on how much you can gain, but we'll see how it is. Okay, so we got a really good starting zone. Because we don't want to do too many zones for this insurance fraud, getting zones that are all closely grouped together. Sorry, I got hiccups. Getting zones that are all closely grouped together is super beneficial. And my character fell over. Okay. Oakley dokley. Let's do the second zone. Hopefully the second zone goes okay. Also, again, just as a reminder, I am keeping an eye out just in case. Ah, that's unfortunate. See, I rammed directly into that car, but no eject. Thankfully, we've actually been spared a lot of... That happens a lot during the run when I'm doing my streams. Thankfully, it hasn't plagued this run very much, which is nice. Okay, so again, 15.5 respect is... Oh, that's going to be big money. Ah, sad. If I'd have gone just a tiny bit further, I think the game would have given me a distance multiplier and I would have finished level 3 in one go there. But sadly, just a little bit out. So because my cop car is actually smoking, I'm going to trade cop cars with this dude. I hope that's all right, mister. Yeah, thank you. And then, yep, that's enough to get level 3. So that should take us to 15 respect-ish. Oh, no, 14.5. That's not too bad. So this is probably the last zone that I need to do here. In fact, because it's a marathon and I want to play things a little bit safer, I'll probably do 2 zones. I'll probably do this one. Even though I have 15 respect now, 15.5, I'm just going to do another zone just to be safe. Marathon strats.
Комментатор русский, и он здесь, я здесь.
There is technically a world where I finish this with 15.5 respect, and then
это раннер, а я комментатор.
Get screwed over because I don't like there's a possibility that I just miss every other Hitman contract that I need to get for the run. It's unlikely to happen, but you know, the possibility's there, so I'm just going to play it safe for the marathon. There's another Bucky right there. I took a dive out of the side of the scoring zone. Oh, look at the minimap. That's so unfortunate. That's very close to being inside the zone. Okay, probably one more crash should do it. One more crash. Sadly, all of our speed got killed there by that oncoming traffic. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we've got
Тезура, конечно, машина.
Probably. What does definitely probably even mean? But we've probably got enough respect now to finish the run. Providing, you know, I mean, there is a chance that we just, you know, don't get any other hitmen
Теперь у нас
contacts.
должно быть достаточно респекта для того, чтобы завершить ран.
Thankfully,
Но если нам не повезет с
for
некоторыми
this run in
контрактами,
general, I
то
actually
мы
put
будем в
my
очень большой проблеме.
estimate quite high at 4 hours. The reason being is because there is a ton of variance in this run. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. There is a lot of things that can go right as well.
Тезура, не надо тут про плохое поведение.
Sort of really mess up a run, and you can end up losing several minutes from sort of like a simple mistake. So I thought I would play it safe, and I think it's the right choice to do a higher. What am I doing? To do a higher estimate here. Okay, so we're going to track John. I'm sorry if anybody in the chat's name is John, but unfortunately I have to kill you with a sniper rifle. It's nothing personal. During this mission, I'm going to do 2 tags as well.
Давай, Тезура, забегай, а то тут один сижу, мне вообще...
So I don't know if you heard there, but if you were listening to Johnny Gat, the AI character that is currently alongside me at the moment,
Я тоже неожиданно проснулся на
skipped his lines of
комментаторстве.
dialogue. Now that is actually something that happens
Я думал, оно будет намного позже.
during the run. It didn't seem to happen to me too much when I played on the original 360. It seems to happen a lot now that I play on Series X. So again, I think there's something frame rate related there. It's not honestly useful for most of the run, but literally the final mission of the run, or the final gang mission of the run, it's actually really useful. So hopefully we get it there. For some reason, I didn't. Usually I just run over this fence. I don't know why I didn't this time around, but lost a little bit of time.
Рано GTA 2? Фу! Он там только всякие думы и персоны играют. Не подписывайтесь, не нужно.
Yeah, so even though my PB is 3 hours.
Да, вот, Ваба прав. Базированное мнение.
And 2 seconds. The estimate is about 30. Oh, that's not good. That's actually really not good. I might be in trouble here. So, do I have any food?
Но у нас есть
I have a
бургер.
burger. Thank God.
Бургер.
Praise be.
Нет, Тезура, никакого кибербуллинга.
I would be in
Никакого.
big trouble. In this game, you can recover your health by chowing down on a big old burger. And I had one, which is very lucky because I was very low on health. There was a chance that I could have died. Oh, no, do not bust me. Do not bust me. Do not bust me. What's happening to my neck? Okay, we're good. Panic over.
Его не арестовали, потому что головой застрял в столбе.
Come on, game.
Как-то очень страшно зарэгдолило персонажа.
It's a marathon run game. Just be a little bit kind, please. So here is John.
Это спецназовец. Бит. Хитман контракт выполнен.
I have no idea what happened to my neck there. I sort of I got crushed between the lamppost and the pavement, which is that's a horrible way to go. Well, I suppose I didn't actually die, so it's fine. But okay, pretty clean
Тезура,
mission
ты
overall.
через сколько зайдешь?
Not too shabby. We got a little bit lucky with the fact that we had a burger. Because health pickups in this game are random, so sometimes you don't actually have them.
Ну тогда поторопись.
Oh, I was too busy drinking. I forgot to skip the cutscene.
Do we have time for a donation?
Yeah, this is just a big long drive, so go for it, as many as you want.
Блин, а чё ссылок на
All right, so
комментатора
we
не
have
будет?
a
Ну
$50
ладно.
donation from Dragon Seal that says, "Love the run, very fun, good commentary."
Да ладно тебе,
Thank
Магма,
you.
еще 2 часа.
Thank you so much for that
А в
donation.
теории 2:15.
We are raising money for Save the Children, and if you'd like to get your donation in right now, links to donate can be found below the stream. So go ahead and get those rolling in.
It'll probably take him a while before he's got the crew organized enough to make a move on us. If and when Angelo finally steps, he's gonna send Victor to do the job. Now I know you think you're all badass.
Ман-контракт?
Okay, so... Oh, please don't despawn. Okay, so just out of...
Он не задиспавнился.
When I was...
О, это был не он.
Wait, why did that guy not... Okay, so I killed Jose there, but for some reason... It didn't count. Okay, that time
нет,
it counted.
всё-таки есть хит на
Very
контракт, всё
strange. I
нормально.
killed... It was the same civilian model.
Просто
It's a good
чуть-чуть
job that I kept
спутался NPC.
a lookout for it, I suppose. But yeah, the first guy, for whatever reason, didn't trigger the hitman activity, because this is a very stable game. Very stable. Always works. Everything goes as intended all the time.
Oh, fuck the Colombian. We gotta get out of here. You can't touch us.
This so I have to dodge. I have to drive back to the row, and this is actually a pretty nerve-wracking drive, because if I drive slowly or if I crash at all, it means that I probably won't lose the guy on my tail. So I really need to make sure that my driving is stellar and that I don't... The problem is that sometimes the AI traffic can really mess you over here. So hopefully that does not happen, because, well, that would make me sad. If the AI does mess you over, you lose about, I don't know, anywhere between sort of like 40 and over a minute, because if you don't lose them now, you have to wait for them to get to you at the church. Okay, fantastic. So I've already lost them,
Здесь на самом деле
which is
вообще нечего
really, really
сказать,
good.
потому что просто
That
езда.
means that I'm gonna be going pretty fast into the next mission, which is fine and dandy. Although the next mission, I'm not out of the woods yet. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's interesting that that civilian said that he's seeing things, and I also must be seeing things, because I thought I saw a hitman contract, but I didn't. Okay, this next mission, one of the hardest
Следующая
missions
миссия
casually, I
Possession with
think.
Intent.
It's not too hard
Одна
for a
из
speedrun,
самых
but sometimes you can be
сложных миссий казуально.
you can be really messed over by stuff that you sort of don't have
Нет,
much
это
control
Strength
over.
in Numbers. Карналис опять же
Usually
нападают
in
на
the
вашу
later
церковь.
half of this mission, there's lots of bullets flying around and lots of people with submachine guns.
Миссия опасна тем,
If you haven't
что
noticed
у
by
врагов
yet,
врагов
enemies with
очень много,
submachine guns are
и
always
также
the
у них
most dangerous in
только
this game.
автоматическое оружие,
Their high rate of fire means that if they are at all
поэтому если
accurate
вас
with their
нашпигуют
bullets,
пулями,
they
то вы
can
будете
really,
очень и
really
очень
lay
мертвы.
into you. Something that we also want to do during this run, this mission, is if we can find an AK-47 at all on the floor, we do want to pick it
Также
up.
сейчас
If we don't find
Джо
an
будет поиск
AK-47 from one of the downed
AK-47 на
enemies,
полу.
we're going to lose about a minute, unfortunately. I could have prevented that minute time loss by buying an AK-47 before the last mission. Sadly, I forgot, because
Ну,
I'm a
банда
professional speedrunner.
называется Святые, поэтому они тусуют где? В
We're going
церкви.
to use the revolver here to take these guys out at range. And then we're going to dive
Хотя
back
странно,
into the
что
church.
местная
'Cause I
банда
tend to, it
Vice
seems to be pretty
Kings не
consistent. If I
тусует в
dive back
замке.
into the church for a little bit, hang out for a couple of seconds, it seems to trigger the AI. They seem to spawn in a lot faster than they usually would otherwise. It's a nice little bit of AI manipulation.
Здесь также
There's a few
существует
types
манипуляция
of AI manipulation that we can actually
NPC
do
на
during this
Xbox.
run. But sadly,
не
a lot of the
очень
time they're not super consistent.
предсказуемая.
Okay, so we've probably got one or two more waves of Carnales. Carnales, just in case, just to clarify, Carnales are the red gang, one with all the red colors. Oh, my health is super low.
Мы очень плохо сейчас
Okay,
на
I'm
ХП.
gonna have to
Нам
regen.
придется поставить отрегенить
I'm
своего.
gonna have to regen here.
Ой, и его стало еще меньше.
Oh, sorry, Julius. I did not mean to do that. Oh no. There's an enemy gang member in here. Oh, please don't shoot me. Okay. The health regen takes a lot of time to kick in. I'm gonna have to hope that the Saints are doing work out
Было
there
очень опасно, на самом деле.
I need a lot of health for this section.
Повезло,
Thankfully,
что
looks like they actually did
дружественные
pretty well.
святые
Good job, Saints.
завалили всех, пока ранее отхиливался.
So we're gonna spam our grenades that we bought
Мы
earlier
будем использовать все гранаты, которые мы покупали раньше.
because blowing up cars is pretty much the fastest way to kill people. Okay, unfortunately I keep blowing up my followers, which I'm not intending to do. Oh, is that an AK-47 on the floor? It is. Thank you very much. So the reason why we need an AK-47 is for a hitman that we're going to do in the mission after this one.
Да вообще.
Okay, so that was actually a pretty fast mission. So hopefully I can get the double rocket on these dudes. Oh, just about got it. Just about. And I'm going to go kill this guy, finish him off with a shotgun. Thank you.
Это был лейтенант Корнелиса Виктор, который на самом деле непонятно из чего сделан. Поэтому его даже не убили 2 выстрела из РПГ. Пришлось его добивать, пока он горит.
A mission, which is sadly, this mission is very boring. It's a bit of an auto-scroller, or at least the second half of this mission is a bit of an auto-scroller. So do apologize.
Миссия
на
полуавтоскроллер, если верить раннеру.
Auto-scrolling, because essentially we have to defend an area for around 3 minutes. Oh, hello, Don. Goodbye, Don. We're going to be searching. The area that we have to defend. There's a lot of hitman contracts that can actually spawn in around that area. So we're going to be keeping an eye out for those, and hopefully getting some more respect generated for the run, so that we can continue. So actually, I have to be careful that I don't crash into anything right now because I have a bomb in my car. We're planning to blow up a part of the police station so that we can store some goods into a truck and steal them. Oh, no, that's not good. You see, I don't want to do any bad crashes like that. Stuff that can make your car spin out into weird and wild ways is very bad when you have a bomb in your car. That's what my dad always used to say anyway. Famous saying in our family. When you've got a bomb in your car, don't spin out in wild, crazy ways. Okay, so we're about to deliver the bomb to the police station.
Это было очень близко.
No! Okay, I got so... No. No, this is a soft lock.
И ранее в себя засофлочил.
Okay, it's soft locked. I have to restart the mission, I think. Or not. Okay. Well, it's not a soft lock. That's all I care about. You know what? It didn't work how it was meant to, but it worked. If it's dumb and it worked, it ain't dumb. At least I tell myself that. That was I'll be honest, was kind of worried because that is a pretty big time loss. It's about I lose 2 minutes if that fails. So sometimes when you get out of a car, sometimes it will like accelerate.
Я подумал, что у него сейчас будет софтлок, поскольку когда вы выходите из машины в серии Saints Row, даже если вы стоите на месте, почему-то может произойти инерция, по которой машина поедет вперед. И так он подумал, что машина вышла из зоны маркера, он подумал, что это софтлок, так как в машину уже нельзя зайти, так как был поставлен таймер на бомбу. И это было бы очень плохо, так как потерял бы 2,5 минуты. Но взрыв все-таки достал до стены, поэтому софтлока не произошло.
Cry a lot. You know how it is. You know how it goes. But yeah, again, if there's anything to read out at all, or any reminders about the charity, we've got nothing to do for about 1:30.
В данный момент это миссия автоскроллер, вам просто нужно защищать грузовик от копов.
All right. Well, I just want to give a quick
Пока
reminder to our
цветы
audience
наполняют
that
этот
ESA
грузовик
Summer
неким
21
продуктом,
is raising money for Save the Children.
мука для
Save
готовки,
the Children works with communities to create safe and creative preschool
может быть,
environments to
полынь,
keep
не
children well
знаю.
fed and healthy, and to take teaching materials into homes so the whole
Кстати,
family
да,
can support a
данный
child's
ранее
education.
Джо —
You
это
can help
официальный
give children a
работник Твича,
future by
поэтому
donating during this
быстренько
event.
все
If you'd
подписались,
like to
иначе
donate,
пермабан.
you can find a link to the donations below the stream. We also have some wonderful prizes that you can donate towards.
Честно, когда я вижу Джо в чате, я начинаю бояться, потому что у него этот значок девелопера.
So get those donations rolling in right now.
Ну, Тезоро, как видишь, это Валуиджи.
Absolutely fantastic cause. And I've always loved the work that ESA has been doing.
У них был донат-инцентив на выбор Джона Вика или Валуиджи, но как вчера Джо сказал на стриме, с чего я очень сильно посмеялся, я поставил себе донат-инцентив на Есу, Валуиджи или Джон Вик. Не Джон Вик, а Киану Ривз. Потому что он сказал, мне ж надо как-то угодить Реддиту. Меня с этого очень сильно порвало.
Okay, so we're going to jump on top of this police car and then on top of the truck so that we can get in it instantly. Oh, something that I'm also meant to do. I'm meant to be tracking Bill. Because Bill is going to show up in an FBI van. And when he does that, we're going to jump out with an AK-47. And in fact, there he is.
Контракт на Билла. Билла — это ФБРовец, и вам нужно убить его с калаша.
Some of you may have seen the Tarantino film.
Билл убит. Теперь мы залезаем в грузовик.
It's a lot shorter. There's less Uma Thurman in this one. But only marginally less. Oh, there's a helicopter.
Вертолет.
Helicopter, goodbye.
Хотя в самой игре на вертолетах кататься нельзя.
Sadly, my follower did not get in my truck in time, so he's just been left behind. Which is a little bit sad. I need to be really careful on this mission, just because these FBI vans are actually really relentless. And despite the fact that the truck does have quite high health, like we said earlier, where am I? Okay. Despite the fact that we have quite high health, if the FBI vans are relentless enough, they can damage it enough that they can blow it up. So we really want to make sure it doesn't happen.
На самом деле у грузовика достаточно большое количество ХП. Ну, а грузовик ФБР, который сейчас толкает, иногда может очень сильно снести. Ничего, на самом деле миссия тоже опять же опасная.
I'm just looking out. Sometimes on the corner here, there's a hitman contract called Juan, who we can kill with a shotgun, but sadly he is nowhere to be found now. So when I was talking about relentless FBI vans, it's right now.
Сейчас было опасно. Машины чуть было не взорвались ему прямо в лицо. Его чуть было не выкинули с поезда. О, из моста.
My van is already white smoke.
Почему с поезда?
That's pretty bad news because the van is super tanky, but
ну, как сказать, Темплер, и первая САР, и вторая САР не такие, какие они были сейчас. Они были вполне себе приземленные.
So we are fine. As the FBI van rams me straight in there.
Отлично, на грузовике он доехал в целости и сохранности.
So, now we have this mission called House Call, which is another mission where we have to rely on our AI companion. Now, you may have noticed there's a bit of a theme with this run, in that the AI companions tend to be less than useful, shall we say. In fact, I would go so far as to say downright useless. But we persevere. We persevere. Okay, so we're going to pick up decks from the church. There we go. Weirdly, one of the few missions where you don't actually have to wait for.
Они еще не так сильно шалили, как в ESA 3.
Но that's fantastic. So I was gonna rob that gun store.
Все равно она была более-менее приземленной. Если, конечно, не вспоминать миссию с грузовиком, который бросается некой субстанцией, то это вполне себе приземленная игра. Как по мне, в плане сюжета она даже намного лучше всякого там Сан-Андреса будет. Потому что она рассказывает больше про взаимодействие банды. Взаимодействие внутри банды. Сан-Андрес по сравнению с Saints Row 2 это детский утренник, если честно.
The worst driver of all time, and he very frequently hits a utility pole that is just like, you know, straight in the middle of the road or whatever, which is always really funny. But he's dodged it quite a few times recently, so maybe he'll dodge it this run. We shall see. I don't know if ESA runs predictions at all, but if you wanted to run a prediction for if Dex will hit the utility pole, then yes or no, but I'm not sure if ESA does predictions, I'm not sure. Probably should have cleared that before the run started.
Здесь нам очень нужно сильно надеяться на нашего компаньона Декса.
Okay, so there's a high chance here
Есть шанс того, что Декс умрет, и это будет очень
and if
плохо.
he does die, this is one of the few times where we
Но
actually have
здесь
to
не
go
так
back
страшно,
and try
как
and
можно
revive him.
пройти и оживить его.
Because if we try and enter this cutscene while he's dead, then the run the mission ends. It fails, which is weird because not every mission works like that, but this one does. Anyway, this is the AI driving companion section. You're going to notice that I'm going to be utilizing a glitch to rapid fire my rockets. So if I fire a rocket and then change to another gun and then change back to the rockets, it classes as like an
Здесь
instant
ранее
reload.
будет использовать быструю перезарядку РПГ. И он случайно себя подорвал. Теперь у него очень плохое ХП.
I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, the usual fire rate is this. So this is without.
Здесь он показывает обычную скорость стрельбы РПГ, но если же менять оружие, то это считается как мгновенная перезарядка.
It's kind of hard to get the rhythm, but once you get it, it's pretty good. Yeah, there's a chance here that we do die before we hit the pole. So the pole is coming up. The pole is this pole that I am looking at right now. You must be thinking, surely there's no way he can hit that pole.
И поскольку Декс дурак, он все равно попадает в столб.
Dex has in fact hit the pole. I have no idea why his AI pathing is so poor there. Oh, Dex, please don't kill the run here by dying. I would be very sad.
Хэштег спасите Декса.
If he was to blow up this car by his bad driving. But I think we're good. Crossing my fingers, I think we're good.
И повезло. Фух.
We are good. Whew.
Это страшно было.
Oh, sorry. I was paying attention to Twitter on my phone. Sorry. Forgot to skip the cutscene.
Джо. Смотришь на Твиттер и не пропускаешь
I'm a very professional
катсцену.
speedrunner. I've been doing it now for many years. You can probably tell by how professional I am. So this mission is one of the harder ones. It's a gang take back called Charlestown Warehouse. It's not actually hard until the very end, but the very the ultimate section of the mission of this stronghold is one of the hardest. So
Сейчас будет одних из сложнейших захватов Stronghold'ов в игре.
This is also where we're going to find out if you remember that gang pushback that we got earlier. This is where we're going to find out if.
И опять случился gang-pushback, телефонный звонок, которого не должно быть.
Unfortunately, it looks like this run we're going to have 3 gang takebacks, which is really bad, and is a bit of a shame. But never mind. Oh, that guy's got an AK. I want it. So yeah, sadly, we got 2 minutes now.
И теперь у нас Tower Defense на 2 минуты.
And then, like I said, the end section of the run of this mission is really difficult. I'm actually just going to camp out here for the most part and take a small, if this is a quick reminder, if anybody's been watching along for the entire run so far, we have now had 2 hours pass. So if you haven't taken a small break to get a drink of water or anything like that,
remember to rehydrate, как говорится.
Hydration reminder.
Помните пить воду.
It's very important to stay hydrated. Especially when you've been talking for 2 hours. It's definitely feeling it a little bit in the throat, you know? So I am gonna periodically pop out of my cover here and just thin the herd, because if I don't, then they will cause me issues in the final section of this this stronghold activity. They seem to all be chilling out behind this truck so that I can't get them. Just a little bit of a pain. How many rockets do I have? I have 5 rockets. That's not too bad.
Вот, пожалуй, мое напоминание о том, что стоит пить воду.
Also, I hope you guys like Rainy Mood. I actually really like the rain and thunder sounds in this game. I think they're really soothing. Which is a little bit discordant with the actual gameplay, I suppose, but okay, so this is the part that is hard. So we have to kill 2 people with rocket launchers. And that went through his legs. That one also went through his legs, and I'm gonna die. Okay, cool game. That's how we're gonna play it, huh? That's how we're gonna play it.
И теперь 2 минуты заново.
Unfortunate is the only thing we can say there.
2 ракеты просто пролетели сквозь его ноги.
3-minute time loss.
И у Джо просто не хватило хп, чтобы все это пережить.
I cannot believe both of them went through his legs. Both of them. Unfortunate. Unfortunate is the only term I can describe. Actually, no, there probably is other terms I could describe. I'll refrain from them. Oh, blimey.
Сейчас весь чат просит Джо принести его Харьков.
It's a very good mission to stay hydrated on, because there's a lot of downtime where we're not actually doing anything.
Нет, он не принесет Харька. Обидно.
Looks like the AI of the enemies has stopped here briefly. Just let's check out Waluigi's side profile. That is glorious. Thank you guys again
Waluigi выглядит прекрасно в профиль.
For choosing Waluigi. I think
Зура, ты там поел? Нет, когда ты уже придешь? Уже час прошел.
He's my favorite canonical Saints Row character. As we, you know, Saints Row, you've got all your favorites. You got Julius, you got Troy, you got Dex, you got Johnny Gat, you got Waluigi. We got all those characters. I just realized that I've not been thinning the herd like I should be. Okay.
Буду торопить.
That lady just threw a pipe bomb. Please don't do that.
Теперь опять же босс с РПГ.
Okay, here we go.
Не попал.
Try this again.
Один попал.
Okay, there's one guy down.
И второй попал.
And there is 2 guys down. So you can see the variance of the end of that mission can be pretty high. Sadly, we did lose 2 minutes for our troubles. but it's not the end of the world. It happens.
Печеньку на персоне
We've just got
20
to
минут?
accept that it
Какой
is
ужас.
Saints Row. Okay, so now I'm going to do something that's hopefully really big brain. So this man has a baseball bat, which I'm going to steal from him. And then Thomas, for some reason, has despawned. That's sad. Okay, no, it ended up not being big brain. So I thought I saw Thomas in, but maybe he despawned. Oh, no, there is Thomas. Okay, here we go. So, unfortunately, I do need to kill my gang member here, because if I don't kill my gang member, he will try and kill Thomas for me, which I do not want.
Очередной контракт выполнен.
Because if he gets the kill credit for Thomas, then we don't, so... Okay, that's
Нам
a
также
big brain
пришлось
move
убить
that can
одного
help
из
you. It's
членов нашей банды, чтобы он
something,
не убил
again, that
Томаса.
you have to think about if you can do it on the fly. But that situation has actually happened to me before, which is why I had it in mind.
Томаса
This is
убили.
another.
Тома и
This
Джерри
section
больше
of the
не
run
будет.
is probably like the most consistently hard section of the run. This mission can be really difficult to do correctly. Mostly just because it requires good aim, as well as dodging rockets.
Если вы хотите увидеть больше ранов по Saints Row,
So those two things combined.
но если не по первой, то хотя бы по третьей, то добро пожаловать.
Often,
Возможно, в скором времени я буду делать кооп раны SR3.
Okay, so that's those guys dealt with. That was honestly pretty fast, because remember again, we are contesting with console aiming here.
Приходится совладать с консольным управлением. Но опять же хорошо то, что револьвер ваншотит.
There we go. Not too bad. Not too shabby. That really that can go pretty badly sometimes if we don't do that correctly. So I did not throw that grenade far enough, and then I fell on the floor. Okay. Okay, not the worst stronghold that's not the worst that's ever gone anyway. But yeah, right now we have a string of four Carnales strongholds that we have to take from them.
Теперь нам нужно
And they're
захватить
all
4
pretty difficult in their own
стронгхолда
way. The one that I'm about to do
Carnales,
now is
и
probably the
каждая
easiest of all
по-своему
of them.
трудная.
But even this one has its issues, because the enemies in this stronghold can use explosive barrels to kill
Данная
you
миссия трудна
instantly.
тем, что
It
враги
doesn't
могут
happen
использовать
often, but
взрывные
it happens
бочки
often enough that
и
it scares me
стрелять
that it
в
can
них
happen.
возле
So
вас. То в теории должно вас ваншотнуть, и это будет очень плохо.
we shall see how it goes. So specifically, the first barrel to be scared
Первая
about
бочка
is that
будет
one,
справа
that white
сейчас.
barrel on the right. But we managed to get past that one just fine.
Ну или не сейчас.
There's not much you can do during this mission to make it go faster. I'm going to blow up that barrel preemptively, because if I don't blow up that barrel, then the enemy does, which ends up being quite bad for my health bar. And just 2 more tags for this stronghold, and we are good to go. I'm going to try and jump over this barrel. I did not, but I tried, and that's what matters. It's the taken part that counts. So this mission is done now. If there's anything to read out, this would be a great time, because I am going to have to do the gang pushback, which is kind of boring. So.
All right, yes, we have a $150 donation from Adion. It says, utilize lots of hope.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. That's crazy.
Yes, thank you so much for that generous donation. Also, I'd like to tell our viewers about some of the prizes we do have that you can donate towards. We have a very cool Bomberman Perler bead sprite that you can put your donation towards. Also, we have the This Is the Run, a custom ESA-themed Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And that is a minimum bid of $30 towards Save the Children. And we also have a very, very cool Ratchet & Clank PlayStation 5 bundle. So if you'd like to know more about those prizes, you can look at the links to donate below the stream. Also coming up later today, we do have a Trackmania run that has an incentive where Rasta will actually flip his controller upside down for one track. As soon as this incentive is met, the goal is $1,000. We currently have $529.49 for that incentive. We just need $470 more.
That actually sounds crazy. I really hope that gets met. Okay. So I'm not sure if anybody... I'm not sure if you saw, but during that section there, I got really lucky, which is nice for this game, I suppose. But my gang members basically completed the pushback for me without me having to drive over and do it for them, which is really nice. Probably
поскольку заспавнилось очень много святых, и они, по сути, сами своими же силами зачистили вражескую банду, из-за чего раннеру не пришлось делать много работы.
I mean, the person that donated about the hope, maybe that was the reason why.
Да.
Неужто поел?
Обещал уже зайду.
My overall respect right now is almost 13, which is a really nice point.
Мне вот что скажи, миссия, где в конце может рандомно взорваться машина, уже была или нет? Которая на GTA марафоне рофлила минут.
Уже была, и он ее прошел с первого раза.
Найс, найс.
Вроде как на марафоне он ее 3 раза зафейлил. Но здесь повезло.
Неплохо.
Но тут уже много мемов прошло, на самом деле. Ран очень идет непредсказуемо. Сам Джонни понимает, что происходит, я уже не знаю, что говорить, мне тем более. Тут звонок пришел, который должен был вообще прийти через 2 часа. Машина сама по себе взорвалась, что закончила миссию раньше. В общем, происходят вообще непонятные вещи.
АВР идем, получается.
Как сказать? Так, сейчас у нас миссия Fox Drive.
Да не, какой ВР? Джо довольно серьезно заранил как бы святых в ряд. Там ВР, конечно, побивая бы еще, учитывая, насколько она мемная, но...
Мне кажется, только кастер зарутит, ВР может вообще 3.15 уйти. Так, Fox Drive завершен, значит мы сейчас всего лишь отстаем от VR на 7 минут всего лишь. С учетом того, насколько это удачезависимая игра. Так что в 3.45 мы пока что укладываемся.
А даже не такая удачезависимая, как SR 3.
Нет, тут на самом деле еще больше. Потому что здесь ты постоянно смотришь на NPC, которые спавнятся на тротуаре. Тебе нужно их убить при помощи специального оружия, которое тебе выдают.
Жестко.
Да. So I'm not even sure if I should really take this car, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to ditch this car. So it's pretty bad. And hope for a better car to spawn. You know what? We'll take a halberd. I like a halberd. I always like these cars because they're clearly meant to be like knockoff Mini Coopers. And I like the Mini. I think the Mini is really cute. I don't have one. I can't drive in real life.
Опять же, Таня, это лейтенант Вайскингов.
I will get a Mini.
Greenlit Envy, что же в этой миссии произошло? По-моему, в этой миссии захватывают нашего лейтенанта Джонни Гетта.
This is sort of our first properly. We did go here back when we were.
Он только лейтенант. А кто глава?
We did go here when we were
Здесь Джулиус, которого озвучивает...
But this is the first time that we really
Ой,
sort
как
of
же его
spend a
зовут?
lot of time with weapons
Скажи, кто это?
in downtown.
Ну, это популярный актер, сейчас я вспомню его имя, секунду.
Скажи, где играл.
So there's a lot of hitmen... There's a lot of hitman contracts that we need to watch out
Он в SR 4 появляется как сам себя.
I mean, I would say,
Ой,
I
как
would
же
say
его
if you
зовут?
see it, shout it out, but obviously with
Кит
delay
Дэвид.
and
Вот.
everything, I
Кит
didn't
Дэвид.
see it, and also.
Понял. Сантадевский.
Okay. Yeah, the like.
Wanna play, let's play.
Staying in one place for too long.
Для SR1 было очень
pick up
интересно было заманить Кит Дэвид.
I don't know why her actor is so slow here. She like really,
Так же, как и в
really
SR3 заманить
leisurely
Сашу
walks out
Грей
here.
озвучивать.
Саша Крей это family-friendly стример, в отличие от половины Твича. Что давайте не надо тут.
Anytime.
Нет, но на 2011 год, когда вышла SR3, тогда Саша еще была в бизнесе.
So my voice is definitely going.
Семейном, да,
We've got an hour left of the run, so we'll see if my voice holds out.
У Джо пропадает голос. Это напоминание, что надо гидрироваться.
We'll see how it goes.
Я вот гидрируюсь кофеечком. Не проливаю кофе со вчера. Научился.
Сегодня вообще, блин, неожиданно пришел сюда. Ран должен быть два с чем-то. А меня пингуют уже в 12. Я думаю, блин, я даже не поел.
В 12 должен был быть по пермскому, давай не рассказываем.
Мне Харара сказал, что в 2. А насколько он там отстает, это уже не мое.
Ну-ка. У тебя, видимо, таймзона какая-то левая стоит, потому что время не менялось на Харара с начала марафона.
Да почему?
Ну вот, не знаю, открой Харара и посмотри, что там написано.
Сейчас. Так, Мара. Ой, как там, расписание, да? А, R.
R.
Харара. Сейчас.
Ну, в этом-то и прикол, вот там, то, что как бы они стримят, и обычно у них стримы проходят куда более как бы френдли и качественно, чем у половины.
Первым показывает, что 12. А вчера вечером я заходил, показывал 14.
Там куча всяких популярных стримеров, стримерш и так далее.
Hopefully we can. We did. Nice. So you can tell that we can get dialogue skip by like.
В этой миссии мы работаем как бы водителем Тани. Мы захватили ее лимузин.
Просто один из самых... Все смотрят Сашу Грей, потому что он один из самых ярких таких персонажей в этом плане. У нее реально хороший стрим. Как бы в этом реально как бы суть.
Все вспоминают Сашу, потому что она озвучила одного эпизодического персонажа в Saints Row 3. Именно поэтому
естественно. Doom пока что отменили, да, он может вернуться. Там какие-то пошли проблемы с виндой, и они их так и не пофиксили даже.
Ой, а что было?
Ну, они переключились на Doom, и игра начала показывать 7 FPS.
Ну, это Doom.
Но это как раз он не должен так работать, но там, видимо, он со всеми захватами окон где-то решил, что все очень плохо. Blame Windows 10.
Windows 10 базирован.
Может, у Хени просто Windows 11, я не знаю.
We are not fine here. Okay. Okay, he's really chasing me quite hard.
А Белла Денджер не стримит.
Hopefully doing a big
Джонни
loop.
стримит?
Yeah, okay.
А
So that's a little bit unfortunate.
Джонни?
Sometimes that can happen.
Нет, он работает на этом.
If the Saints that are following
Ну, знаешь, туда ты, короче, кидаешь 100 баксов, они говорят фразу, которую
a bit too persistent and loses some time.
Файвер.
Камео, вот.
But it's also partially my driving. My driving was not the best during that mission, and that's partially why they were able to keep up to me so closely.
Она тусила с одним стримером, но сама вроде бы нет.
Always nerve-wracking because this final section here.
Я знаю, Эвелин Клэр сама стримит. Покажу свои знания не только в Saints Row. А ты загугли Темпла, только смотри, чтоб мама сзади не стояла. То получится неудобно.
И вместе оценить, как бы. Дело семейное.
Кстати, да, Мануэль Феррара стримит. Если до сих пор стримит, потому что какое-то время его пытались заканцелить на Твиттере. Потому что Твиттер, вы знаете.
Ванда Хольм считается?
Конечно.
Ван Сама.
Да, Ван Сама. Так, ладно, хватит тут обсуждать
качественных людей.
Древнейших профессий, давайте пообсуждаем Saints Row. Так, сейчас у нас что? One step ahead,
Можно засофтлочиться опять, говорит Джо. Сколько ж висит с софтлоком?
А, да, тут уже почти был софтлок.
Я видел.
Почти один софтлок случился.
Don't know if any of you guys are aware of Dr. T. Chops. He's a very nice boy.
Stopping those hijackings really fucked things up for the rollers. They got a whole list of cars that they're planning on jacking.
Здесь роллерзы, у них есть список машин, которые им надо захватить. Но мы быстрее, поэтому мы захватим их.
Find a bunch of cars that the rollers
не захватить, уничтожить.
And to destroy them. Now these cars are actually, there's a few set spawns that they can actually be. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to these set spawns before the rollers get there and blow them up preemptively. Now you can't actually blow them up as you would any other car because they're coded to be invincible essentially. But what we can do is turn them on their backs so that when that's going to roll over. So that when they do...
Мы пытаемся перевернуть машины, потому что, по сути, они неуязвимы.
No, okay,
Надо их уничтожить.
So I'm not going to bother with that one, because it's being naughty.
Плохая машина, не будем ее больше переворачивать.
We probably won't softlock, because the softlock actually occurs when that one that I just tried to tip over.
Софтлок, вероятно, не произойдет, потому что когда вот эта машина, которую я пытался перевернуть, когда она перевернет, но игра никогда не засчитает, что она взорвалась.
I just realized that I didn't change my car, which means I'm stuck with a limousine here, and a limousine is not a fast car. So I'm going to try and change my car at some point.
Джо забыл поменять тачку, придется тебе их на лимузине.
I did have 4 cars left to destroy in the top left-hand corner. But the moment that I exploded one, the counter went instantly to 2. And the reason why that is because of the first car that I tipped on its back with a grenade. So yeah. If everything had gone correctly, please stop being on fire. If everything had gone
Жестко.
Correctly, that mission would have ended by now because the Jeep would have been on its back and it would have already been exploded. Sadly, we.
Оно и софтлока не будет, потому что как бы. Потому что мы теперь задели.
Because we did blow it up,
триггера.
Its health is going to be fairly low.
И машины стали уязвимыми.
Так, Темплер, Каруда. Тихо будьте. А то сейчас модеров позову. Давайте-ка без этого. А стоп, зачем модеров звать? Тезур уже здесь.
And let's have a quick check on my respect.
So I've got 11 respect right now.
Unfortunately, we've not had great luck with the
Hitman,
which is a bit unfortunate. If we'd have gotten 1 or 2 more Hitman contracts, our respect would be sitting a little bit prettier. But
мы сейчас опять купим РПГ.
Талисман это так, а Тезур это так.
So what I am gonna do. It's probably a bad idea, honestly. I'm gonna restock on my ammo. I'm gonna buy some of this. I'm gonna buy a shotgun, 12 gauge.
Вообще талисман это делик.
Refill my SMG. Refill my
Стать талисманом Руска.
And I'm gonna shoot. And the reason why we're gonna shoot is because we want a cop car to spawn.
Стреляем, чтобы заинициировать ограбление, чтобы заспавнилась полицейская машина, которую мы хотим себе забрать сейчас.
And hopefully that cop car
Да,
is
там,
now
конечно,
empty, which it
да,
is.
задиспавнила копов, потому что от начала миссии.
So there's a small fighting section at the end of this mission, which can go poorly. There's a lot of enemies in a small space, which can oftentimes lead
Я, возможно, буду время от времени мьютиться, потому что у меня опять кошка орёт.
Unfortunate circumstances for me.
И не первый, не последний, у кого кошка орёт, видимо.
I think Teresa has a chance to spawn in at the moment.
Вчера уже орала кошка, не помню у кого.
Nope, not her. So whenever there's like a...
Может, у Фока. По-моему, у Фока.
There's always a chance
Бедный Фок.
for certain NPCs to spawn
Я бы,
in.
конечно, еще ран Тони Хока бы
закомментил. NPCs are also grouped similarly, so that when you
очень
start
плохое
to see
время было.
certain
Да, 4 часа ночи я
civilian
такой
models spawn into
проснулся.
game, there's a higher
4
chance
часа
for
ночи
other
это
civilian
по,
models to spawn
по
in.
Москве.
Даже
So
так.
Да,
I am
да.
keeping an eye out,
Да.
just in case, because
Я тоже его пока видел, что ран ПСД, но глубокой ночи был. Ну, там вроде справились ребята. Судя по тому, что я вижу в расписании, дыр в расписании не было, а это главное.
But that is a lot of respect.
Я сегодня что не комментирую. Может, будет отдыхать.
So
Я вообще просто так сейчас пришел посидеть чисто.
Понятно, что ты сюда.
It's possible to die, but we are good. So sadly, I don't know if you guys
Здесь
remember,
нас захватывают роллерзы. Они захватывают нас и нашего лейтенанта Лин.
How she had to infiltrate the West Side
Лин
Rollers.
погибает в
Sadly,
катсцене. Понятно.
she just died in that cutscene that we skipped.
Нас столкнули
Which is
в
a shame,
машине.
because she's my
Багажнике.
she's my favorite
Мы
character.
выбираемся, а
Like
Лин
in the game casually, I think she's my she's the coolest informant.
Теперь нам нужно найти босса роллерзов. По-моему, его зовут Шарп.
Okay.
И нам нужно
But that is going to be.
поймать его.
I'm pretty sure that's quite good for our respect. The fact that we managed to get Teresa there.
Очередной
I'll take
граффити.
this tag because it is on the way. And then we are going
Типа все
to
сюжетные
kill one of the leaders
прогрессы
of the
завязаны на
Rollers,
количестве респекта.
called Mr.
Да.
Sharp.
Понимаю.
He's going to be
Видишь,
pulling up in a
X11
car
справа
Да.
слева?
just about now.
Это то, сколько миссий он может
And we are
начать.
gonna be there with a
Чтобы
rocket
он
launcher.
их мог начинать, ему нужно заполнять полоску
Much
респекта.
to his chagrin.
Одна полная полоска равно одна полная миссия, которую можно начать. Сюжетная.
Okay, good. Okay, so this next mission can be really difficult because there's a lot of explosions going on, and explosions are very unpredictable in this game. So hopefully everything goes fine, but be prepared for it to not go fine. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's one car done. 2 cars done. 3 cars done. You know what? Okay, I'm on fire.
Варис, что шипишь?
Где? Я
Вроде молчишь, но при этом шипишь странно.
Да блин, я вообще звуков пытаюсь не
Это
издавать.
потому что ты печатал.
Ой, извините.
Okay, this was a
Я
good
забыл
mission.
замутиться.
A good mission is
И
quite rare
миссия прошла
on this one.
на удивительно хорошо.
Oh, that's not good though. I
Ты,
didn't hit
походу,
that one
опять
entirely.
задержишься. Сколько у тебя сейчас на времени?
18, 19, 20,
Nice.
21,
That
22,
was a really nice mission.
23, 24, 25.
У меня 31.
Okay.
Ну нормально.
Take a quick look around
Ой.
for Alan, because Alan has a chance to spawn in here, but he did not.
Внезапный
So we're gonna
код.
take a taxi instead, straight back to the church.
Вызываем такси в...
And we're going to use that
Церковь.
time to briefly hydrate. I don't know, I did said that like David Attenborough. And here we have
Моя
the
кошка мне
native
оставила сюрприз.
speedrunner in his habitat
Ah!
at a marathon.
Она поела цветок на
And he is
подоконнике.
at the drinking pool.
И сразу его обратно.
I'm quite tired. I don't know if that's at all apparent, but I had to wake up a lot earlier than I usually wake up for this run. Because I tend to work a little bit later. But never mind.
Голосом автовойса с
So this is actually quite a fun mission.
Спасибо.
We've got to take down a convoy of West Side Rollers. I am invisible.
Почему-то Джо заспавнился невидимым.
What? Why am I? What?
Камера была застрята на машине, но сам он...
What? Okay, whatever.
Чё? А?
That's never...
Хорошая игра, качественная. Ну, короче, камера зависла на машине, мы бегали, как бегали.
That's neat. So I am aware that there's a glitch that you can do in this game to get that result, but I've never managed to get that result by not doing that glitch. So that's kind of cool that can happen.
Джо говорит, что я знаю, что есть глич, который эту вещь делает, но как бы я никогда его не делал, и как следствие у меня никогда этой вещи не было. Но говорит, я случайно ее сделал. Волшебно. Никогда такого не было, и вот опять, да, классика.
I really like this mission because you get the chance to show off your aiming skills, your rocket aiming skills. Now, I'll be honest, I don't have the best rocket aiming skills in the business, but it is fun when you can get a few good snipes. So we shall see if I am able to get a few. Wesley. Oh, it went straight through the goalposts. Okay. So sadly, if the rollers are too close to my car, I don't want to use my rocket launcher because the explosion radius will damage my car. And even though most of the time you're fine,
по очевидным причинам не хотим стрелять ракетой, когда роллеры близко к нашей машине.
Julius's poor driving.
Так, у нас уже половина ХП.
Ой-ой-ой, потому что он только что машину взорвал себе в лицо.
I'm not sure if you saw that because it was kind of hard to tell, but there was a bit of car debris that got kicked up, and sadly...
Я рефрешнул стрим, теперь у меня 2:30-40.
Ну, ты все настолько же впереди меня. Это ладно. Нормально.
Потому что мне вообще в чате сказали, что у меня задержка 20 секунд.
Кто тебе такое сказал?
Кто-то в чате.
Скажите ему, что он не прав. Но вообще-то миссию можно закончить сильно раньше, если как бы, хорошо снайперить ракетами. Что Джулиус ускоряется до следующих машин. И тогда мы как бы просто будем быстро ехать. Хороших снайперов не было, но миссия так или иначе закончилась, и мы не умерли.
Because you only ever get to use it when you've got an AI companion that's driving for you. So it's fun to
Пишу, отстаю.
It's fun to mess around with it. Okay.
Отстаю в развитии, спешу на спидрании.
Спешу в развитии.
Los Canales. I keep saying Los Canales. Don't say that. It's just Los Canales. Now we have the finale of the Los Canales. This is a really fun mission. But it's very difficult. This is probably the single hardest individual strat in the game, is to get a quick cycle. To get a quick cycle for killing the boss here. But we've got a pretty long drive before I get there, so if there's any donations, this would be a good time, or if there's anything else to read out.
All right, we have a $25 donation from Golden Axe.
Пока едет,
no comment, but thank you so much for that generous donation.
Thank you.
Если тем временем 15700 насобирал, еще 2000 за ночь подъехал. Неплохо.
And we are still
там ближайший как это
bids
называется?
for the Trackmania
Донат,
and
скор,
Trackmania
который
2
побить надо,
runs
это
later today, where for one
ESA
Rust will flip
2013,
his
где у них было
controller
19
upside
тысяч
down for one track as soon
западных
as the
рублей.
incentive is met. The goal is $1,000, and we are currently sitting at $529.49. So if you'd like to get your donations in for that, you
Донатят
can
на
find them
что-то
in
на
the links below
Trackmania.
the stream. So get those donations rolling in now.
Yeah.
Вот, собственно, показывает Milestone, да, вот как это называется. Ой, я вместе с Джо потянулся, как хорошо. Так же себя почувствовал. Надо покупать наушники без провода, тогда получится потянуться. В первую очередь мы пытаемся нанести самолету урон с помощью АК. В идеале нам надо уничтожить будет самолет с 2 ракет. Декс как бы ездит как захочет. Он примерно все по одному и тому же рауту, но остановиться он может в разных местах, и стрелять по самолету может быть сложно. Попытка сделать...
Okay, we got one at least. We got one. We might be able to get the second.
Попал вторым.
Okay, we got it. That's okay. So it's not the best result, not the best one, but the fact that we got it at all is decent.
Узни трансляцию недолго, потом плей нажми.
To pull that off.
Трансляцию кого?
Джо. Ты через VLC смотришь?
Нет, у меня не запустился VLC.
То есть ты через стрим?
Да.
Тогда ты вряд ли сможешь пролагать. Ничего себе, канареечка. Машина называется канарейка. Или соловей. Соловей. Найтингейл это соловей, по-моему. Или коловей. Или канарейка. Не, канарейка это канари. Значит, это соловей. Да ладно. Все равно ничего себе соловей. Осталось 15 миссий. Начать мы можем 8. Буквально немножко погодя будет 9 респекта. В принципе, говорит, сейчас мы доставим 2 машины. Это нам подкинет респектухи. Я же сказал канарейка. Я вспомнил.
And then we're going to quickly go over to oh, what's gone on here? My car is mounting the other car.
Oops. Залезли на машину.
To the garage here because one of the cars
Здесь в гараже должна быть машина, которую нам тоже надо доставить.
Progressing through the story missions.
This
mission, this car just so happens to be a car that we can actually dump at the chop shop.
Для доставки, да.
So again, similar to the previous chop shop activity, we only take in the cars that are actually set spawns because doing ones that are not set spawns can cause issues.
10 респекта. Осталось всего-то 5 набрать. Получается, и можно будет заканчивать PC все на свете.
I mean, it can't happen. But for example, if a sports car called an Atriazoni was going by on the streets here, then I would definitely pick it up and modify it and turn it in because it's a big chunk.
Понимаю, Темплар.
The chances of it happening are so low that it's just sort of not worth it.
Принимаю.
Okay.
А город? Для знатоков Сейдсроу, город из игры в игру один и тот же или другой?
ФСР 2 это тот же самый город, но очень сильно поменявшийся.
САР 3 другой город, да?
Да.
Sometimes, so the weapons that they can use in this mission are random, and if we get
Нам надо спасти Хоми.
weapons that they use are strong weapons, then we can lose.
Братку надо спасти.
But thankfully, the weapons that they were using here are pretty weak. So we're all fine. But yeah, we have to rescue our homie. And then take out the...
Братку теперь выводим его.
Take out the pimp at the top of the at the top of the dungeon. A dungeon? At the top of the police station.
Джо, ты что?
Oh, that's not good. There we go.
Подземелье.
Пока что dungeonов.
Not entirely sure how I missed him that many times, but...
Подземелье. Как в ММО.
Oh, that's not good. So the fact that she just damaged me does give me cause for concern. Okay, it's fine. So we... Get out of the way. We had to... She's blocking the door. I couldn't get past.
Дверь...
What was I saying? I can't remember. She
Приперли дверь, пришлось втащить. Что, потерял мысль?
I'm blanking. I completely forgot what I was talking about.
Что? Джо абсолютно забыл, о чем он говорил.
Okay, we're gonna jump over this fence here for another time.
Внепланово.
Дал пороже.
Да. Внеплановое давание пороже. Сбило.
Официальный русский андеграундный спидран сообщество осуждает такое поведение.
Он был вынужден. Она клипнулась через стену и встала в двери. Как бы.
Очередной Tower Defense. Как на 3 минуты.
Этот несложный.
Yeah, this is sadly one of the less active missions.
Но что-то сильно ему по щам дает.
I'm getting lit up by those two guys. Blimey, their aim was true. Thankfully, I've got 3 tacos. Oh my god, I didn't realize I had 3 tacos. I'll take a taco. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion in chat at all. But I would say, in my opinion, burritos are
Он высказал сомнение, что буррито лучше, чем тако. Поддерживаете или осуждаете?
Тако, буррито.
Не знаю, я не ел ни то, ни другое.
I don't know about you guys, but
это повод осуждения, конечно. Быстро в мексиканскую кухню. Берешь себе, короче, лепешку в фикс-прайсе, они как раз там для тако подходящие. И делаешь дома тако. Задание на вечер. А на фикс-прайсе знаешь, какие цены? Пошел и купил.
Да, в фикс-прайсе знаешь, какие цены? Денег-то нет.
Попроси на улице на тако.
Со мной там сделать то же самое, что Джо с женщиной, которая от двери застряла.
Прикладом?
Ну да. Ты чё, парковый опасный район так-то?
I mean, just going back to taco burrito discourse, I'm not saying tacos are bad. I don't think they're bad. I like tacos. I'm just saying, if I've got the choice of something that's going to hold all the
Джо оправдывается. Я не сказал, что тако я не люблю. Я сказал, что я люблю буррито больше. Но логичная логика, то что в буррито это как бы как ролл. Все завернуто, и ничто не вывалится. А из тако ты ешь сбоку, оно с другого боку вываливается. Типа, тако это... Да, тако это chaotic good, а буррито это lawful good. Все правильно. Правильно рассудил на самом деле, я не могу спорить с такой логикой, она полна чистоты и правильности.
It's a bit disappointing because I feel like my shipping container just disappeared.
KFC летом был сезон тако.
I think it's a little bit disappointing because
в принципе неплохо было, но
the concept of defending an area is not necessarily uninteresting. The problem is that the rate at which the enemies sort of flow into the area you're defending is way too slow for it to actually be challenging, which is where most of the frustration I think comes from for me for this level, or these levels. What we are going to do here is do a carefully placed rocket into the cab right there to take it down.
Прям в кабину.
And then we're going to rocket ourselves.
Бить водилу и друга водилы. И досварпимся.
The reason why we're doing that is because it's a death warp, which is really close to the next mission.
В голове одни мерчи, да, я... Мне просто уже за 27 дней, кроме как о магазинах, вообще ни о чем говорить уже. О скидках.
But what we try and do during this mission
Third Street
is try and trick
совмещение и святых и Vice Kings. На самом деле нам нужно
try and trick
подстроить
Vice King'ов, так как у них большие связи с полицией, нам нужно построить, что город теперь разрушает они. Поэтому как это сделать? Нужно надеть желтые шматьё. И нам нужно взорвать много всякого мусора. That the police can no longer turn a blind eye to it. Basically, that's the concept. I thought I had a 5-0. That's entirely my bad. I just lost about 20 seconds for no reason. Not a problem, but I thought I had a police car in my garage, but I do not. Something that I think is quite cool about this mission, and in fact, what I am going to do is I'm going to track Billy Bob because he can spawn in this mission. Something that I think is really cool about this mission is that you can actually do it non-sequentially. And it ends up being faster non-sequentially. The game doesn't actually, I mean, it's a bit of a, you could maybe say it was a bug because the game doesn't offer the mission to you non-sequentially. It's just the fact that all of the objectives are there to be taken before the mission starts.
Что порядок целей в миссии. Можно выбирать любой на самом деле. И это быстрее.
Of this mission and clear it first with a cheeky grenade to the statue. Can I hit? Nope, it's not going to hit. It did hit. Okay. I wasn't sure because it was tipping so slow. It was tipping so slowly. I wasn't actually sure. I am going to shoot that police officer though. The reason why I'm shooting that police officer is because I want a 2-star wanted level. So if I can get a quick boost to my wanted level, it's gonna save some time. So I mean, like technically the first objective of this mission is to get two wanted stars, and my car is on its side. But what we're gonna do is shoot that lady because she is an objective, and then we are gonna shoot this lady because she is also an objective. Now, despite the fact that we don't have 2 wanted stars already, it still works. In fact, I'm going to shoot this police officer here as well, because that's going to really boost my wanted level. There we go. So there we go. Now we have 2 wanted stars. And we get like the... So he says the first thing we do is torch a couple of stores. But we've already done that. So we don't actually have to do it when he says it. Now this is the only objective that we actually do in the correct order.
Какие-то статуи
is we knock over
кеглей боулинских.
We knock over some like a bowling ball statue, or sorry, a bowling pin statue. And we're also going to pick up 2 graffiti tags on the way as well. Sometimes you get really sorry, yeah, keep going.
Sorry, Joe. We have a pretty important donation here. We have a $10 donation from Madov that says burritos are better than tacos.
Definitely.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Johnny?
Yep. Johnny, get in the car.
Johnny.
Okay. Johnny, get in the car. There we go. I love the AI for this game. It's just a wonder to behold.
Ох, что это Джонни.
Well, I'm glad the taco.
Dear John, please, Johnny, please come home.
Just fill in the time.
По дороге пока можем заполняем.
That's how to get the donations rolling in. Okay, so now the last objective here.
Задание нам нужно взять бульдозер.
For some reason, I didn't go over the top.
У нас не получилось, а вот у того копа получилось.
So we're going to get in this bulldozer. Now this bulldozer is what we would have destroyed the statue with. But the moment we get in the bulldozer, the game checks to see if the statue is destroyed. It says yes, it is, and the mission ends.
Поэтому нам нужно было ее взорвать раньше гранатами.
So now we are going to call up a taxi to next mission. I'm sorry if the water drinking is audible, but my throat.
Помните пить воду, пацаны.
Let's go. So
вода
let's
важно.
go here to my home. Now, usually I would get a car out, but I'm honestly a little bit unsure if it saves time over just running to the next objective, so I'm gonna run. Because even though obviously running is a lot slower than a car, the fact that I don't have to, you know, go through the menu system to get the car and then turn the corner and everything, I think it probably works out a little bit faster. Okay, so let's have this is a small AI section where they're going to do the driving for me, so I can take stock. So I have 7 respect right now, and in terms of
Товарищ живет в трансформаторной будке, и там постоянно шумно.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 missions left. So I need 2 more bars of respect in full. So
город не нужно было говорить.
Look out for hitman contracts that we can potentially fulfill. And there's a few tags that we can pick up as well. This is another mission where we're going
получается, вы, товарищи, лоханулись, ведь у вас нет наушников.
Rapid fire rocket glitch.
А? Видишь, какая проблема? Да, я на подстанции всего города.
На подстраховке всего города.
Hopefully my aim is true.
Очередная миссия с тем, где не мы водим машинку, ее водят за нас. Именно Джонни водит.
Миссия автоскроллер — это отсылка к Saints Row 3.
Отсылка в будущее.
Да. То спустя 5 лет все будет еще хуже.
Nope, did not get it. That's okay.
Ровненько в бордюр попал, конечно, ракетой.
I'm fine with losing a second or two. I think if you ever do choose to learn Saints Row, you have to be fine with losing at least a second, because you're going to be losing several minutes at many points during the run. Oh, what? That first shot I thought was accurate, but it was not.
Что этот ран такой, что как бы привыкать надо к тому, что вы теряете во время рана секунды, иногда минуты, потому что на деле теряете не минуту и не 2 обычно.
Очень непредсказуемый ран, на самом деле, потому что я помню, как сплиты скидывал в Discord, что уже на 2 часах ран у него было плюс 8, но при этом конец рана он вытащил с голдой на минус 3.
Okay, that car just...
Нет, 2,5 у него была голда.
That car just disappeared into the ether, don't worry about it.
Ну вот как-то...
Just standard Saints Row stuff.
Так и в любой, в принципе, Saints Row слишком предсказуемая игра сейчас.
Okay. And that's pretty much the mission
Там на траектории ракет на
We
ходу.
do have to be a little bit careful, because there's a lot of enemies here. Okay, here we go. That's fine. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it ended up being okay. I'm not sure why the enemies are being so relentless. They're usually not this relentless here.
Okay. Так как мы сбрасываем последнее за собой. В месте, где можно купить индульгенцию.
Wait.
Сэр всегда был...
I know that we weren't meant to.
Я даже не уверен, пытались ли они как бы...
I've not been reading much chat, but...
То есть на что...
Первая и вторая — это клоны GTA, третья уже ушла собственный угар, который, по сути, стал чем-то уникальным.
Не пыталась ли она также еще быть с... Как игра называется на Xbox? Crashdown или типа того? Crackdown, вот. Не пыталась ли она еще на него походить?
Нет, я думаю, что нет. Потому что потом Volition или THQ они сделали... А нет, Volition. Они потом сделали Red Faction. Это у них был собственный Crackdown, по сути.
Red Faction вообще ни разу не Crackdown.
А разве Crackdown не про разрушение?
Ну, это тоже open world, ну, там как бы, типа, разрушаемый мир, все идет, ну, в какой-то степени. Все очень похоже по геймплею на старые Saints Row. Ну, чем-то. Не очень, но чем-то. Red Faction это FPS. Линейная FPS. Там есть только Red Faction Guerrilla, который, типа, open world. И где как бы тоже там разрушаемое все, но вообще ни разу не близко.
Just because the enemies are sort of spread all over, there's no really quick way to go between them all.
еще не так много трэша. Мне всегда кажется странным, что говорят, что в ESA 3 уже слишком много трэша. Там он еще по-минимальный идет.
Not too shabby.
Это не ESA 4, где ты в симуляции матрицы с суперсилами.
Also, there is a side benefit. There is a side benefit of getting this gang war, and it means that we spend more time in downtown.
Уже вроде слухи какие-то были, что типа делают новый SR.
Они делают новый SR, просто они ни о чем не говорят. Они всегда в Твиттере подтверждают то, что да, мы делаем новый SR, но ничего сказать пока не можем.
Hitman contract that we won, the Billy Bob, gives him longer to show up.
Разработка может быть на этапе концепт-арта.
Кто знает.
That's okay.
Я надеюсь, что они используют изначальные концепт-арты SR4 до того, как она стала, конечно, про Матрицу, но там была панда Клеопатры, по-моему, даже Сталина, какого-то японского императора. Там были концепт-арты нарисованы уже прям с их базами, это все выглядело очень красиво.
And with that, I'm actually going to be handing over the mic to Tiny Tim, who will be hosting the
Игра
rest
уже
of
была
your
более
run.
похожа на то, что мы имеем сейчас в GTA 5 со всеми системами укрытий, опциональным паркуром и всякими крутыми штуками без спецэффектов, без спецсил.
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Very good, thank you. My name is TinyTim78. I'm going to be the host for the next
part
of
на Tiny Tim.
Please keep those donations coming in. Remember, all your donations go towards Save the Children. We've raised $15,893. Can we reach 16 by the end of this run? I don't know. Can we? Let's see if we can.
Yes, we can. Like Bob the Builder. If there's one thing Bob the Builder taught me, it was that yes, we can.
Ой.
Okay, so thankfully this mission did not softlock. There is a high chance for this mission to softlock, funnily enough, but you can always tell if it's going to softlock because the
вероятность была не нулевая.
It's almost time for your
Софтлок видно обычно издалека.
What?
Какое-то уведомление Xbox вылетело, я вообще не понял, что это было.
I am being genuinely honest.
Время для твоей Saints Row вечеринки.
I have literally zero idea what that is.
Phil Spencer trollit.
Thankfully, so this car that we're trying to blow up now, they can go to they can take a bunch of different routes.
Ты зря про ремастер SR3 сказал, потому что это моя больная тема.
So that's quite nice.
Я сейчас
и закончим на этом.
Да. Давайте не надо. А то меня сейчас так порвет, не сушьете меня.
I don't know what the Saints Row party is. I'm sorry, like that's an Xbox 360. So it's like a Xbox notification. I'm not sure what that is. I'll be honest. But hey, let's have a Saints Row party, guys. Why not? I mean, Xbox thinks it's about time that we had one. So. Why not?
Rainbow Plaza. Вот такой будет у нас. Вечеринка, поехали.
Я имел в виду пати найт.
Нас Xbox позвал на вечеринку, поэтому тусим.
Не отказывать же Фил Спенсеру.
Они то перестанет игры на ПК выпускать вместе с Xbox. Так что Фил Спенсер... Его и так нет.
А его еще и не будет.
Да.
Блин, лишь бы не был второй киберпанк.
Второго киберпанка еще долго не существует. 10 лет этого чинить.
Сталкер.
Как прикольно будет, если он реально выйдет, когда они пообещали, он не будет
Мне кажется, что нет.
плохой игрой. Я верю, что его либо отложат, либо будет все очень плохо на запуске. Я не верю, что Stalker 2 выйдет вовремя и будет без каких-то багов и будет хорошей игрой при этом. Не верю, сорян.
Кажется, будет хорошей игрой, но с багами и отложенной. 100%.
Ну, то есть как Киберпанк, то есть.
Да, ну, Киберпанк не был хорошей игрой.
Киберпанк хорошая игра. Жаль, багов очень много.
Ой, ну что, ты, Зура, сейчас будем бычиться?
Нет, я просто тебя кикнуть могу и сделать войса, вот и все как бы.
Слышь, так-то я тут мейн-комментатор, ты вообще тут пришел зачем?
А я модератор.
И что?
There's a chance that the enemies, as we try and drive away, are really unkind.
Блин, я хочу Skyrim как-нибудь пройти, но это ж надо его купить. Я в последнее время стараюсь не играть в игры, которых у меня нет. В свое время я играл в Skyrim, которого у меня не было.
Да, поэтому ты играешь в игры, которые покупаешь.
Да, типа Писволкера.
Конечно, мы садимся в самую быструю машину в игре и вообще во всей серии. Отразилон. По сути, это местный ламба.
So you need to be really careful that, you know, it doesn't take any damage or doesn't take. See, stuff like
проблема
that.
с Skyrim.
No. Okay. Remember when I said it was an unassuming mission?
Ладно, это, наверное, секунд где-то 30.
That's why.
Не очень много потеряли.
That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate.
Прямо Skyrim, что я играл в него где-то 50 часов, я почти сразу забил на основную сюжетку, поэтому я не мог учить другие крики, пока не сходил, не сделал сюжетку, узнал, что, оказывается, можно другие крики учить в Скайриме, если чуть-чуть сюжетку поделать. Я там пол игры бегал, делал какой-то один пулс рода, все. А потом мне просто... Это Альтрасония?
Wow. Streamer doesn't even know the names of the cars or the game he's played for.
Она даже в тройке есть. Я знаю такую машину.
Она во всех частях есть, да.
Вот так вот. Я играл только в тройку, поэтому только о тройке знаю.
If there's one thing we can agree on.
Не уверен, если она... GTA to Hell.
Don't do that, sir.
Его полностью заблочили, там РПГ.
None of this, please.
RPG! RPG! Это очень...
Это было очень близко.
Очень жестко медлил чел. Нас простили.
Билли Боб. Ищем Билли Боба. Билли Боба нету.
Okay. Oh, I did a mistake.
А, нет, нам нужно закрасить граффити.
I meant to get this. I meant to take this before I drove past it.
Забыли.
Oh. My
Забыли тагу затагать.
My partner is awake.
Дверь звонит, это, видимо, Xbox вечеринка приехала. Джо говорит, надеюсь, что мой партнер.
Открывайте, это подарки от Фил Спенсера.
Фил Спенсер sends his regards.
The sheer amount of enemies in such close quarters often leads to your health sort of evaporating very quickly. We've had a pretty good first two.
ESA лето 2021 уже подняли $16 000.
Нормально.
Oh no, he hit me before I hit him.
Живем.
I just got pistol whipped. Okay. Okay, it's not too bad. My health is looking a little bit worse for wear, but I don't think we're in any real danger of dying.
На самом деле, ХП сейчас у него очень страшное положение. И оно
I said I don't think we're in any real danger of dying.
Из дробовика получили.
Ух, это было близко опять же.
Until the mission ends. Okay.
На пальчике осталось ХП.
Okay, we were in some danger of dying.
Геймплей на кончиках пальцев.
Ох, как же это было
I just shouldn't talk.
Выдыхаем, чат.
Everything I say just jinxes myself. I just shouldn't talk.
Чиним нашу машину.
Sorry to interrupt. We do
Все
have an
приходит
important
к одному
donation
простому выводу. Нужно помолчать.
Okay, we have received $107 from Winnie. That's who says, here's to 16k. With that, we are now met $16,000 raised for Save the Children. Thank you so much indeed for all your generous donations. We've also received $5 from T-Pat, who says, if everyone who can give $5 would do so, we would overshoot the 16k mark by far. So chat, can we get a $5 nation train going? Well, we've already met the 16k, but keep going.
Yes.
Every dollar counts towards Save the Children. Thank you so much
Все
for
донатим по
your
5 баксов.
amazing
Поехали.
donations.
А, будет потом
Definitely,
чуть
no,
донатить.
thank you so much,
Вдруг
everyone.
выиграю. На 50 баксов для
Amazing
PS5
stuff.
дам
So
донатить.
this
Нет, 50 баксов я
mission
донатить не буду.
is very, very scary.
Я, конечно...
Because this man
Миллионер не захочет донатить 50 баксов, понятно.
he is throwing pipe
Да.
bombs out the back of his
Миллионер.
truck.
Ха-ха-ха.
Now,
Ты 3080 купил, ты
I
миллионер.
never did that good in science
3080 я не
when
купил.
I was in
Ну,
school.
3070.
But I'm
Разница
fairly
какая?
confident that if you add a pipe bomb,
Чё, на 3070 идет у тебя SS4? Я так не думаю.
tends to not go too well for the car.
СС-4 вообще ни на чем не идет.
Ну вот видишь.
Or at least that is what I am led to believe. Looks like we're
Не купил
mostly doing
Skyrim, да,
alright there.
миллионер, а не купил все версии
We've only got a
Skyrim.
little bit extra health that we need to get rid of. Unfortunately, my car is smoking.
Теперь с роллерсами должно быть
Just
покончено,
about,
потому
just
что хоть
about
мы и
squeaked in
убили
there.
их босса,
Just
но
about.
их лейтенант остался у дел
Not too shabby.
при делах.
So
Теперь его
now
тоже
I
больше нет.
have
Не
1,
приудел.
2, 3,
У нас
4
осталось
missions
где-то
left.
4 миссии.
We're gonna go take this tag here. A, B, Y, L. And usually you can't really call the taxi on the highway, but for this, for some
Я до
reason,
сих пор
during
не
this
могу
specific
поверить,
place,
насколько же идиотская концовка у этой игры.
you can.
Просто потому что аниматорам было лень сделать
Which is
одну
really nice
касцену,
for us.
им пришлось поменять концовку. Из-за чего...
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this to our house.
Ладно, мы
Let's
до
take it to
этого
our
дойдем,
house.
я думаю.
Even
Не буду
though
пока
it's
спойлерить.
not that far of a distance, the really good
4
thing
месяца
about it
все-таки всего лишь осталось.
is the fact that we now get an Atrazoni for the next mission.
Здесь мы опять же
Okay.
берем Атразиона.
So the last gang war of the game will be Humboldt Park. That's honestly not that bad. It's one
Средняя
of the
война
more common
группировок.
ones that we do get towards the end of the run, so it's fairly standard. Is that? Was that Richard? I can't see. Is that Richard? That was Richard. There we go. Okay, so now we actually have enough respect to finish the run, which is really nice. It's really nice that we have
Везло.
that guarantee.
Все, ран теперь можем закончить, нам
It's really
хватает
nice to have that
респекта.
guarantee because now we don't have to waste any time taking extra tags that we might have to do otherwise.
Никакие доп-теги нам делать не придется, ничего такого.
Yeah, so the reason why we took a taxi to
Вот
our house
так-то
is to get
получается
this
жесткий рандом, конечно.
bad boy sports car,
Теперь нам нужно спасти
which is
боссов
very fast. It's
Вайс
the
Кингов,
fastest car in the
Бенджамина
game.
Кинга.
This car is actually so
На самом
fast
деле
that if you
это
add nitrox
бывший
to it, it
соратник
doesn't
нашего
even
босса.
gain speed. And it's that
какими
fast.
противниками они не были, он все равно решает спасти его жизнь. Теперь нам нужно бежать за ним.
And this one already has
it, Бенджамина Кинга захватили его же люди, а конкретно его лейтенант Таня и какой-то мужик, с которым она имела некоторую связь. Их в этой игре 15, поэтому их здесь запомнить трудно.
Ooh, that was almost, that was almost bad. I crashed into the ambulance, and an ambulance is a heavier vehicle than an Atrazoni, so there's a chance when that happens that the Atrazoni just stops dead. Thankfully that did not happen. But let's go pick up Ben King. So this man is actually, he was an enemy for most of the game, but he turns to our side because so he was the big leader of the Vice Kings, but his lieutenants turned on him, and he comes to us for help because he used to know the gang leader of the Saints, Julius. These two used to know each other, and they actually used to be in the same gang.
Julius и Benjamin раньше были в одной банде.
It is the lovely voice of the unfortunately late Michael Clark Duncan. He's got a fantastic voice, and his voice work in this game is pretty stellar. Okay, let's see where we're at.
Подрываем остальных вайскингов.
Okay, that's actually really good.
Лейтенанта Уоррена.
Warren tipped over immediately.
Почему-то он выжил.
Wait. Okay, so Warren tipped over
Warren
immediately
мерз, но
and
его
died.
машины нет. Нужно взорвать именно машину.
However, one of the gang members threw a grenade and tipped him back over. But it's fine.
Мог в машине перевернуться, это подмога была. Все знают, что перевернутые машины взрываются, поэтому он кинул гранату, чтобы машина не взорвалась. Makes perfect sense if you think about it.
По-моему, все логично.
Не вижу ничего неверного. Не знаю.
Okay, so there's only a few more
Не знаю,
missions
что я хотел сказать. Раз уж начал, надо сказать.
After this mission, there is 3 standard gang war missions, or sorry, three standard missions about
На меня, конечно, это правило плохо работает.
And then the credits play, but then there are 3 epilogue missions that we need to finish as well. So 6 missions left in
Комментатор-то импортный. Потому что я про себя.
It's been a pretty decent run so far. I am gonna come.
Я ж не русский стример.
Я тоже не сказать, что русский.
I'm not trying to jinx myself, but I will be vastly underestimate. So we did get, this run is really, really good. Might want to contact the other runner, who is ahead of me, just to let them know that their run might be a little bit sooner.
Теперь, на самом деле, одна из самых трудных визуальных миссий The King and I. Бенджамин Кинг договорился с Джулиусом, что с Вайс Кингом будет вообще закончено, что они исчезнут. Но при условии того, что ему дают шанс распрощаться с Таней.
3 hours 35, I would say. 3 hours 30.
Напоминание о вечеринке вылезло. Вечеринка в 11:30.
Отменилось.
А
нет, там же написано, что отменилось.
Отменилось? Жаль. Как же без вечеринки?
Ну, когда вот будет SR3 кооп на русские, тогда будет вечеринка.
На самом деле не очень сильно отстаем от ПБшки, еще можно как бы насейвить времени.
Да.
Так что может даже минут на 20-25 под эстимейтом будем.
As someone who has run marathons in the past, it's actually not a good thing to be that far underestimate, although it might seem like it from an outsider's point of view. So for this mission, I have to lead these people into a gang. I need to lead these gang members into a police ambush. That's actually makes no sense
Ведем
to me,
машины
though,
в
because
полицейскую
the
засаду.
police. I think it would make sense if you were leading them into a police ambush for them to be arrested. But I'm actually gonna I don't usually let this cutscene play out. I'm gonna let it play out. For some reason, the police blockade is literally just them dying. So it's like, if that's all the police are gonna do, why couldn't I have done that? It's a very, very
Не очень,
mission. I'm not sure why.
Не очень хорошие полицейские, просто убивают
I'm not
всех.
sure why that works in that order, but hey,
Полицейский беспредел, я бы так сказал, конечно.
We just complete the game as normal.
Нет, стоп, это еще не последняя миссия Vice King. The King and I... тут две разные миссии. The King and I и All the King's Men. Я их постоянно путаю. Если нам нужно просто заманивать Vice King'ов в засады, а вот уже...
Another reason why my estimate was so high as well is because when I actually submitted the game,
мы будем допрашивать, мы будем возить Кинга, пока он будет кого-то допрашивать, и тогда мы уже сможем пойти за
and it's actually a lot faster than, like, when I originally submitted, I actually submitted with the estimate of 4 hours 20 minutes. One, because of the 420 meme, and two, because that was actually genuinely how long my runs were sort of being around the time. But as we've sort of refined the Hitman mission, I decided to take 20 minutes off that. But honestly, could probably, I could have safely taken off another 15, I think, and it would have been fine.
Это таксисты, которые
I wouldn't want to take off more than 15 because
за 3 минуты поездки.
The chances that stuff can go wrong in this game are pretty high, and when they do go wrong, you lose several minutes at a time. So, if I had had a poor run, like if I'd have failed a bunch of missions, it could have easily worked its way up to the closer to the estimate. Okay, but this is the last kind of guy that we need to move into the police blockade. I've got an itchy nose. The next mission after this is a really standard gang take back, so if there's anything that you need to read out, now would be a good time.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. We have received $5 from Mr. Goodbites, who says $5 donation train to 17,000? Question. Well, let's see, folks. We've already made 16,000 for Save the Children. Let's keep going. Remember, all your donations do go towards one of our fabulous getting you into the draw for our fabulous prizes. It's a cumulative bid. So every donation you give to Save the Children does put you in for those. We've got the Bomberman Perler, a bead sprite. We've got This is the Run custom ESA themed Nintendo Switch Pro controller. We've got 2 ViewSonic monitors.
А пока что ранее укладывается в 3.45.
Bundle with Ratchet and Clank. $50 minimum bid.
Пока что ранее укладывается в 3.30.
Не, в 3.30 точно нет, а в 3.45 вполне.
А VR-то сколько? 2.24 у него?
2.28.
2.28. Сам говорил, что он...
Нет,
3.28. 3, да, не 2.
Okay, so
мне вообще сказал, что там 3.24 написано. А он говорил, что он типа на 6 минут отстает только по башке.
If my aim is bad, then it can take really long.
Уже
I feel like my setups for
это World Record. А какого World это рекорд? Вопрос.
So I would say that I more than not
English World Record.
I will have
Russian World Record. Марафон World Record.
Russian пока что нету, но один русский уже себе купил Series X, чтобы тоже ранить SR1. Как я понял.
Я надеюсь, Дрик. Нет, конечно.
А?
Yeah, I was a little bit confused there. But never mind, we got it on the second hit. No, we did not get it on the second hit, we got it on the third hit. That's fine.
Третьего раза попали только. Йо.
Окей. Это была какая-то граната.
Красиво, красиво сыграно.
Where did that come from?
Okay.
I I have no idea. I have no idea.
Бил всех на крышу, но при этом все равно кто-то пришел.
Это Saints Row вечеринка.
Да, это Saints Row.
Right?
Фил Спенсер передает привет.
No one was shooting at me.
Поклон. А не привет. Поклон.
I just got like phantom pipe.
Какой ужас.
I have no.
Да, это уже большой таймлосс был, это где-то 1,5 минуты точно.
You can lose several minutes at a time. That's about a minute and a half lost. From something that, as far as I'm aware, I had zero control over. Everyone on this roof is dead. Every single person on that roof is dead.
Кто теперь ФПГ с первого раза?
Just cry, I don't know. Okay.
4 машины.
Oh, he swerved. Why did the van swerve?
3.
Okay, I recovered it pretty well. Then another one should come in from the left.
Oh.
I was a little bit too late.
Попал и остался.
I'm definitely late on that one. Okay, just about got it. And then there's one more.
Почти.
Gonna guess there. Oh, I was just a little bit outside
Близко было.
of where I needed. Okay, my aim is now terrible.
Oh. А, здесь респаун ракет, окей.
Did that car not blow up? Okay. That's alright, it's my bad. I thought I'd ended the mission.
Okay. Теперь точно все.
I thought that car was on fire.
Он бежал, говорит, я был уверен, что машина горит, но, видимо, нет.
There we go.
Видимо, она уже, когда она под тобой, она уже диспавнится, а не взрывается. Зарагдурился.
Ow. Actually, you know what we should do?
О, чуть было опять не умер.
Oh no! Don't die! Don't die! I want to do something.
Опять чуть не умер.
This is a very important speed strat, actually. It's going to require a lot of skill to pull off.
Реген пошел.
Legends have been told about
Рэгдолл
this
это
speed strat
волшебная вещь,
actually
конечно.
works
А
or
это
not.
все из-за того, что это Series X, и тут 60
In my opinion,
FPS.
it definitely works.
Да.
Покупаем себе шапочку.
There you
Теперь
go.
у нас полностью
Now we're
завершен сет
definitely Waluigi.
Waluigi.
We've even got a. we've got a purple
Да.
and white hat.
Даже кепка есть.
That's really important to the run, by the way. That's some top tier AI manipulation that you'll see that come into effect later on. You won't.
AI манип говорит.
I wasted 30 seconds for putting on a hat.
На самом деле нет.
But I can't be stopped. I'm a madman. Gone mad with power.
Теперь у нас последняя миссия Вайскинга.
So this is actually the last. This is the last gang mission of the run.
Benjamin King. Теперь нам нужно допросить, по-моему, парикмахера.
I'm gonna hope for dialogue skip here.
Консультанта по моде Таня.
So I don't know. It might have been quite hard to hear, depending on if that came through or not.
Кинг будет допрашивать его в стиле Джонни Мэтрикса из...
They're talking over each other, and that means that we got dialogue skip.
Короче, Мэтрикса из фильма... Очередной фильм со Шварценеггером, он будет держать его вниз головой за ногу.
This is one of the few missions where it's actually really
он
important.
ее выбросит.
The rest of the mission, though, is actually just a straight-on drive, so if there's anything to read out, now would be a good time.
Ah, perfect timing. I was just about to ask. We have a very special donation here. I know who this is from. This is from Mama Joe. $40.
Oh.
Just says, well done, Joe.
Hooray!
Joe Mama!
The famed Joe Mama. It's the one everyone talks about. But no, thank you. I love you, Mum. My mum always donates during my marathon runs, and
Это действительно мама была.
I couldn't be more grateful to have the support.
Ты была Джо Мама.
Да, это Джо Мама была. Спасибо маме.
Да, команда, спасибо, Дерегот.
So the dialogue skip that I was talking about earlier, the reason why that comes in helpful here is because it makes Stefan's fear meter, it makes it go up faster.
Вот эта миссия очень сложная казуально.
That's actually not good. The fact that I got spun around there, but it's fine.
Ранят вас сильно.
Нет, Стефану нормально, его там как бы он уже позвоночник сломал несколько раз, но в принципе нормально.
И как я понял, нужно вилять из стороны в сторону, так как это пугает его быстрее.
So yeah, it hurts your ears. It definitely hurts the ears to hear all the dialogue play at the same time. But
нам нужно было получить пароль от лифта, который
It's actually a really, if you can get dialogue skip there, it's really, really good.
Теперь мы идем за Таней.
Okay, let's go. So this is one of the hardest sections of the run.
Одна из самых сложных частей рана.
In terms of combat situations, I'm not sure why that man just got set on fire. I'm not sure why that man just got set on fire. But if I had to rate combat situations, this is probably the hardest section of the run. There is a bunch of hyper-aggressive ladies. There's a bunch of hyper-aggressive ladies right at the end of the through that doorway over there. And you know, providing that I actually do it correctly, you won't actually see how hyper-aggressive they are. Oh no, that man is alive. Okay, yeah, so my health is low. Let's eat a taco.
И Джонни, и Кинг что-то упали.
My followers. Okay, so let's just say I was doing it to demonstrate for you guys, but that is just how dangerous those ladies are. They are really, really strong.
Развалили просто пати. Но мы подняли.
Easy to die there. Luckily, we had a taco.
И у нас осталось...
Which is really nice.
Так-то 3 миссии, но фактически 2, потому что последняя миссия это просто касцена.
Sorry, that's the last mission of the game regarding the gangs. No, I don't want that. I want this one. However, we still have one more gang pushback to go before we can officially call it done and dusted. So... Fortunately, this is one of the worst gang pushbacks you can actually get, just because there's so many enemies.
Делаем очередной пушбэк. Много противников. И они все разделены очень-очень далеко. Но это нам надо, чтобы опять набить респекта.
Чтобы запустить следующую
миссию.
There's no faster way to get where we're going, sadly. It's a shame, actually, because if any of you are familiar with Saints Row 2,
и она чуть-чуть падает на машину.
Me personally, I do prefer Saints Row 1 over 2. But
неудачно, не повезло.
One thing that they worked on really well for Saints Row 2 was the sort of the connectivity of the map, and it becomes a lot nicer to traverse a lot of places, because there's a lot of places in this game that get sort of cut off by walls that you would hope are not there. But never mind. We have to deal with what we do. So in Saints Row 2, for example, this area that I am the area that had the last amount of gang members is actually conjoined onto this area with the gang members. So if we had got this gang pushback in,
it'd be
a lot quicker. Sadly, it is not. Okay, so that's the first set of credits. Just triggered there, but it is not the end of the game.
Титры пойдут.
A little tiny bit until the end of the game.
На самом деле не конец.
Джулиус нам в этой касцене как бы говорит, что мы захватили всех. Но нашего босса Джулиуса захватили. Теперь какой-то шеф полиции говорит нам, что нам нужно... Что нам нужно?
What? It got me out of the car again.
Нам нужно, видимо, подкинуть голоса за нынешнего мэра. Пусть это делают цветы, а не полиция, поэтому идите работайте.
Okay, so what that man... Oh, I didn't realize he had more lines. Sorry for interrupting you, Mr. AI man. So what that man said there is essentially what we have to do. We have to go and... There's someone who's campaigning for mayor. However, another person who is campaigning for mayor is paying us off to basically kill him off. And we're going to do that by hijacking his campaign bus and parking it on the train tracks.
Похитить грузовик с голосами,
this mission can go really wrong.
Пути, чтобы его сбил поезд.
We're going to try and essentially do what... It's essentially a hit and run. We're going to try to rocket the bus and kill the driver instantly, and then hijack the bus. It's generally the way things go. However, sometimes the driver can actually survive the initial rocket
Убить водителя и забрать автобус. Но иногда водитель выживает от ракеты.
It's bad news bears. Let's go park this on the train tracks.
Кто-то мяукает. Не знаю.
Okay. Thankfully, the bus is quite similar to the other big cars in this game, in the sense that it destroys smaller cars that if you ram into them.
I know you're getting towards the end, but we do have some donations. You've got a moment.
Yep, no, this is a perfect time.
Okay, we've received, I'm going to try and do it justice, $5 from Waluigi. Waluigi #1! Thank you very much indeed.
Very good.
We also have received a Malicious donates an amazing $100. Thank you so much, and says, partners nation from the next room over. Congratulations on your run. I'm very proud of you and grateful you didn't wake me up. Smile.
Oh, that's good. I mean, honestly, I thought I've been quite loud. I thought I was actually in for a telling off after the run. But no, thank you. Malicious is my partner, and she's very nice.
And finally, we have a $50 anonymous donation without any comment. But thank you so much for all your amazing donations. We've now raised $16,205 for Save the Children. So please keep them coming in.
Amazing. Okay, so this is sort of the last mission of the last real mission of the run. Technically, there is two, but this is the last one where we actually do anything. So we have to go and get a vehicle, first of all.
Нам нужно привести Декса к Джонни и встретиться с ним на крыше.
Essentially, this mission we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff with explosives. Now, this mission is very difficult in the sense that whenever you're playing in this game with a bunch of explosives, it's very prone to going wrong because, I mean, to be fair, I think the main problem with explosives is they either do two things. They either, one, set you on fire. Like, if the explosives don't hit you, they hit something else nearby you and set you on fire. Or if they hit you, you do not get the chance to fight back because it either instant kills you or your body starts to ragdoll and you can't do any response. So, whenever there's a bunch of rockets flying around, lots of explosions, car explosions, etc., it's always bad news for the player. But hopefully we can see it on through. Apparently we can't drive though.
Небольшие проблемы с проездом через
заграждение. I said quick way through here, not slow way through here. I'm actually curious how much rocket ammo I actually have at the moment. Because I am also going to be contributing to the explosions with my rockets.
Если он их не тратил после той неудачи на крыше и гранаты.
Да, он там подобрал бонус.
Let's have a look.
Пакет. Должно быть на...
Leave decks behind briefly.
10, да, 10.
Oh, I've got 10 rockets. That's actually really good. Having 10 rockets here is really nice.
Автоколонну.
Although for some reason my rockets seem to be phasing through this police car.
Ракеты просто
летят
сквозь машину вообще.
Главное держать дистанцию. Кстати, да, вы можете заметить, как вертолет сбрасывает спецназ. Но вертолетов как таковых в этой игре нет, их нельзя водить. Об этом также потом шутили разработчики самой Saints Row, когда они делали стрим в честь десятилетия первой Saints Row. Они сказали, если вы гейм-девелопер, вот вам правило номер 1. Если вы хотите сделать сиквел для своей открытой игры, не добавляйте воздушный транспорт, потому что вам придется перерисовывать город. Потому что в первой ESA город нарисован таким образом, что
дырки в крышах и так далее.
Перерисовывается только то, что вы видите. Поэтому здесь так очень много насыпано зданий. А там, поскольку уже есть и самолеты, и вертолеты, город уже так не перерисовывается. Также по этой причине нету лодок в первой игре. Что иронично, первая игра заканчивается на лодке.
This cop car is really skeeving me out. He's really scaring me because he's following me really closely.
Ну быстро заехать
Here's the forgive and forget.
В зону индульгенций. Заблочили. И пришлось идти пешком. Но
no, do not explode now. Okay,
и миссия пройдена.
Okay, so that's the last mission of the game.
И теперь нам звонит мэр и говорит, что хочет с нами встретиться. И это, собственно, и есть последняя миссия, которая на самом деле просто касцена.
So time is coming up in about 30-40 seconds.
Осталось всего 30 секунд.
Okie doke. Apparently I am forgiven.
И время.
So, and time.
3:35.
Not too shabby.
Ровно.
Not too shabby. It's about
То те, кто голосовали за 45, пацаны, извиняюсь.
So it's, you know, not the greatest run ever, but I'm pretty happy with how it went.
И, к сожалению, последняя касцена была скипнута, но если вам интересно, вообще весь сценарий игры переписали из-за одной касцены последней, поскольку было лень аниматорам. Джо передает привет главному рутеру игры Кастеру, показывает своих хорьков, свою коллекцию хорьков.
I was a little bit concerned that there would be the chance to. I was a little bit concerned that. Oh no, he's touching my face. I feel like if you have ferrets, they should be shown at ESA. That is my decree from here on out. So if anybody owns ferrets and they're ever doing a run, these are my three boys, Pikmin, Nero, and Atreus. Shout outs to those guys because they're nice and cute. But yeah, that's all from me. If you had anything else you wanted to say, then go for it. But other than that, thank you so much for having me, ESA, and I hope that we raise a lot of money.
Здоровенные. Я, конечно, видел хорьков, но они были обычно такие толстенькие.
First off, amazing ferrets. Absolutely fantastic. They are absolutely gorgeous. I hope everybody likes them as much as I do. I'm just watching them here, climbing all over you. That was an amazing run, Joe. Thank you so much indeed. Before you go, we do have a final donation for you. Yep. We have Pyro Grunt with $10, $5 for Saints Row. I've had so much fun playing this series. Also a belated $5 for Tim's Dizzy run from yesterday. So thank you so much, Pyro Grunt, for that generous donation. And thank you to everybody who's donated and watched this amazing run. I'm going to leave Joe to his ferrets now. And we are going to be going to a quick intermission. And also, folks, just be aware we will be restarting the stream, okay? So stay tuned. We'll be back after an intermission and a quick restart with something very special coming up. So don't go away.
И на этом заканчивается ран Saints Row.
Да, сейчас будет перезапуск стрима ESA.